Hello everyone, welcome to What If Deku Achieved Multiple Quirks by Collecting Souls movie. Before we start, please go support Man1NT3ND0 fan for writing that awesome fanfic, Izuku Midoriya. While he may not seem like much at first glance, the truth is that he's the end product of multiple souls merged together to create one powerful being. But something went wrong when he was born. The souls separated from him, leaving him as a powerless boy. But most of the souls that were separated lost their minds and can't think straight. What will happen when Izuku finds them again? One body, many souls. Almight, I really have gotten weaker. Back in my heyday, 5 hits would have been enough to knock that guy out. But today, Aiki took more than 300 mighty blows. Almight started steaming. Almight, time's up. Gotta end this fast. You've been bested, villains. Surrender. We all want to get this over with quickly. Tamura. No, he beat me. He's not any weaker at all. And look what he did to my Noma. He cheated. Oh, come on. What's going on here? He's just as strong as he's always been. Damn it. Don't tell me I was lied to. Almight, what's wrong? Not attacking me? Didn't you say you were going to clear this level earlier? Well, come and get me if you dare. Tamura steps back in fear. Katsuki, man, this is intense. Shoto, as I expected. There's no reason for us to fight now. He'll handle this. But someone else knew differently. Izuku, this isn't right. He can't beat them. He's bluffing. It's almost hidden by the dust, but I can see it. The steam coming off his body is the same as when he's about to transform. He's out of time. Almight, crap. I can't fight them. That Noma guy took too much out of me. I'm pretty sure that if I make one more move, I'll be forced to go back to my weak form. I can't keep this up much longer. I just have to stall until they get here. What? Are you scared? They're hesitating. Maybe this'll work. They're so close to surrendering, or at least running away. Tamura started scratching his neck aggressively. Tamura, if only Noma was here, he'd rush you right now. Pound you into the ground without giving you a second thought. Kurogyri, Tamura, Shigaraki. Please do not fret. Look at him. He has definitely weakened. Noma's attacks were successful. Tamura stopped scratching his neck. Kurogyri, he's on his own. The children appear to be frozen in fear. And look, our underlings are recovering. We likely still have a few minutes before their reinforcements arrive. And we still have our ultimate weapon at our disposal. He has the chance to kill Almight. Tamura, yeah? Yeah, you're right. This is it. We have no choice. We have to bring him in. Do it, Kurogyri. Kurogyri brings in another warp gate, and out comes someone that causes everyone to freeze in fear. Not because he was terrifying, though. This person was wearing a dark purple kimono with a black overcoat hanging off his waist, tied with a white belt. He was wearing black shin covers and fingerless gloves, as well as straw sandals. Around his neck was an azure, wisp-like scarf with tails resembling dragon heads. But what caused everyone to freeze up was his face. He had Izuku's face. Almight, what? What is the meaning of this? Class 1A, why does he have Midoriya's/Deku's/my face? The strange man wasted no time and rushed at All Might with incredible speed and a feral look on his face. Izuku acted fast and used one for all on his legs, breaking them in the process, to get in front of the strange look-alike, whose eyes widened. Tamura, foolish brat. This is one of our strongest members in the LOV. Not even Noma can beat him. Izuku punches his strange look-alike in the face, but in retaliation, his look-alike grabbed his arm and forced his palm onto his face. That's when a bright flash of light happened and Izuku's look-alike disappeared while Izuku fell unconscious, freaking everyone out. Tamura, what the hell? Where did my ultimate weapon go? However, Izuku opened his eyes and saw that he was in a black void. Izuku, what? Where am I? That's when he heard a voice. A voice that sounded very serious. Finally. We are finally reunited. It's good to have my mind back. Izuku turned around to see. Izuku, ahhhhhh. Who are you? Calm down, Izuku Midoriya. I am Vinoct. It's great to see you once again. Izuku, what? But I've never seen you in my life. But you look a lot like that copy of me. Vinoct, that was my soul, merged with your DNA. Izuku, what? Vinoct, let me explain. A long time ago, there were a bunch of souls that were wandering for all eternity. About to disappear, we all merged into one single body. Izuku was shocked to say the least. Vinoct, however, after you were born, something terrible happened. Our souls were separated far away from you, leaving you powerless, and us as wandering souls with your DNA. Without you, most of us slowly went insane. We couldn't think correctly. We acted feral. The only way to recover our minds is to merge back into you. Now that you have merged back with my soul, the others will know and wait for the day you come to them. Izuku, this is a lot to take in. Izuku started to fade. Vinoct, looks like you're waking up. Don't worry. Now that we are one again, you have access to my abilities. Use them to save your friends. Izuku then woke up. With the memories, bat skills, and abilities of Vinoct, Izuku then got up. Tamura, what did you do to my weapon? And how are you even standing? Just then, Vinoct's dragon scarf appeared around Izuku's neck and he started to float up. Almight, young Midoriya? What just happened? Katsuki Deku? How? Did he absorb that strange look-alike? The other villains looked at Izuku in surprise. Izuku then rushed towards the villains. Izuku wrapped his dragon scarf around one of the villains and flung him towards another villain, knocking them both out. Izuku, voltage! A thunder cloud appeared above another villain, shocking him. Then, one after another, Izuku used his dragon scarf to bite every villain multiple times before knocking them out with a bunch of powerful punches. Vinoct's spirit then appeared beside Izuku. Vinoct, Izuku. I can sense that 3 of your classmates are in danger. An electric villain is holding Kaminari hostage. Can you sense him? Izuku nods and rushes to Momo, Kyoka, and Denki. When they see him, they are surprised. Momo, Midoriya? Kyoka, where did you get that scarf? And since when could you fly? Izuku, it's a long story that even I'm still confused about. He looks at the lightning villain. Izuku, you have one chance to do the right thing, and let my classmate go. Or else, lightning villain, your threats don't scare me. Izuku, I warned you. Octo Snake, his dragon scarf bit into the lightning villain multiple times, eventually knocking him out. Izuku, are you guys okay? Kyoka, yeah? But you're explaining what's happening later. Izuku nodded and flew back to All Might and launched his dragon scarf at Tamura. He dodged it and tried to use his decay quirk on the scarf, but it didn't work. All Might, young Midoriya. How it did? Izuku, I'll explain later. Then, Shigaraki's hand was shot. All Might, they're here. Niza is sorry, everyone. I know we're a bit late. But I got the teachers over here as fast as I could. Ida, your class rep has returned. I've fulfilled my duty. And I brought reinforcements. That's when they noticed that the only villains left standing in the main area were Tamura and Kurojiiri. They also noticed Izuku. Tamura, it's game over for real. Let's go home and try this when we can. He then got shot multiple times. Tamura, I may have failed to kill you this time, but your days are numbered. I will kill you, All Might. Tamura and Kurojiiri then disappeared. Izuku then fell to the ground. All Might, young Midoriya, you saved me once again. Izuku, I'm just so glad that you're okay. Katsuki, what the hell happened with Deku? And why did that other villain look like him before he got absorbed? Later in Recovery Girl's office. R.G. Well, I guess I won't scold you for him being back here since it wasn't your fault. All Might, I can't be sure yet. But I think I shortened my time limit again with that fight. I hope I can at least hold the form for an hour. Izuku, I'm so sorry. All Might, well, no use worrying. These things happen. What I want to know is, what exactly happened that caused you to gain those new powers? Izuku, oh. That. Well, Izuku explained everything to All Might. All Might, so there are other souls out there that look like you. Izuku, I thought you'd be a lot more surprised. All Might, I am. I just don't have the strength to shout right now. Do you know where the others are? Izuku, no. I don't even know how many there are. To think I was supposed to have a large variety of powers at my disposal. It's crazy to think about. The door then opens. Sakachi, excuse me. Hi, All Might. Been a while. All Might, what the hell? I didn't know that you were investigating. Izuku, whoa, All Might. It's okay he's seeing you like this? All Might, oh yeah, it's fine. This guy's alright. Naomasa Sakachi, my best friend on the police force. He's legit. I trust him. Sakachi, that's quite an introduction. Sorry to cut to the chase, but we could really use any information you might have. All Might, hold on. Before all that, Tell me all the students are okay. And Aizawa Eraserhead, and 13. Tsukachi, not counting this boy, the only student injuries were scrapes. And both of the teachers are in stable condition right now. Almight, that's good to hear. Tsukachi, if you heroes hadn't risked your lives, the students would never have made it. You three saved that entire class of kids today. Almight, those students also risked their lives. They fought as hard as us. I don't think there's ever been a group of first years who experienced a real fight like this so early in training. Not only did they survive, but they learned what it means to be a pro. Those villains made a mistake attacking them. This class is strong. They're filled with courage and drive. Mark my words. They'll become great heroes. Vinacht, I couldn't agree more. All Might, explanation and a mysterious savior of a unicorn. It was the next day. School was closed and Izuku and his mother Inko were talking. It turns out, Vinacht wasn't invisible to those that share Izuku's bloodline. So when Inko saw Vinacht, she freaked out. It was a shock to her that her only child was once an overpowered being before those powers of his were separated. Izuku couldn't help but think bad about himself when recalling the USJ incident. Vinacht, I know what you're thinking, Izuku. And I'm putting a stop to that thought process. Izuku, no, Vinacht. I'm still so far away from becoming a real hero. During the USJ attack, all my classmates and I did was slow Mr. Aizawa and 13 down. If it weren't for All Might and our teachers dash. Vinacht, stop. Did you already forget how you took down all those thugs? Including the one that was holding Kaminari hostage? Izuku, that was all you. I didn't do anything. Vinacht would have flicked his cheek if he was still corporeal. Vinacht, stop acting stupid. All I did was give back your power. You're the one who used it in the first place. You saved your classmates. Izuku, thanks Vinacht. But in order to truly oppose evil, I have to make All Might's power my own. I have to embody one for all and master every aspect of it, until it's second nature for me. Because there isn't much time left. And because I'm the one he chose, I'll make him proud. There was a knock at the door. Inko, Izuku? Izuku, yeah? Inko, lunchtime. Your food's getting cold. Izuku, we'll be right there. Thanks, Mom. Meanwhile, someone was making his way through the streets. The only sound he made was his footsteps. He was wearing a bluish charcoal cloak. He had 2 horns and was carrying a large nail on his back. As he was walking, a little girl bumped into him. The little girl grabbed onto the figure's cloak. Mr. P, please. Help me. Oh, Eri. You shouldn't be bothering strangers. Especially this late at night. Eri got behind the figure until she saw Overhaul start to take off his gloves. She tried to go to him, but the figure stopped her. Overhaul, I would like you to return my daughter. The mysterious figure said nothing and simply walked towards him, shaking his head. Overhaul, I'm warning you, kid. If you don't give her back to me, I will have to use force. The figure stopped and crouched as crystals appeared around him, confusing Overhaul. Then, he dashed towards Overhaul at incredible speed. This caught Overhaul off guard as he was given a harsh headbutt. But he didn't stop there. He grabbed his nail and plunged it into Overhaul's heart, killing him. Eri was scared and wanted to run, but her legs wouldn't move. The figure approached her and brought out his hand. Eri hesitantly took it and was brought in a hug. Eri, thank you. Sob, thank you. The figure said nothing and decided to take Eri with him on his journey, with Eri walking with him happily while holding his hand. The next day, Toru, you guys, did you watch the news last night? Ojiro, yeah? Toru, it was so cool that we got a few seconds of screen time. Though I'd bet nobody noticed me hanging out in the background. Shoji, probably not. Ojiro, it is difficult to stand out when you're just gloves. Denki, we're totally big deals. Those news channels love us. We're basically celebrities. Kirishima, yeah, it's kinda crazy, right? Kyoka, get over yourselves. The hero course that pumps out pros was attacked, and that's what they care about. Zero, who knows what would have happened to us if it weren't for Midoriya's strange new powers. What was that all about anyways? Mineta, why'd you say that? I'm gonna pee myself just thinking about it. Katsuki, shut up. Grow a pair, loser. Sato, did you guys see All Might fighting that bird guy? That dude was super strong, and he still destroyed him. Tokoemi, I'm more interested in that Midoriya look-alike. He still hasn't explained what that was about yet. Ida, attention. Homeroom class is about to begin. Everyone stop talking and take your seats. Kirishima, we're all sitting. Siro, yeah, you're the only one standing. Ida then sat down, and Aizawa came in all bandaged up. Students, Mr. Aizawa, what are you doing here? Denki, whoa! What a pro. Ida, Mr. Aizawa. I'm glad you're okay. Achiko, you call that okay? Aizawa, my well-being is irrelevant. What's more important is that your fight isn't over yet. The students started to get worried. Aizawa, the UA Sports Festival is about to start. Students, why would you scare us like that? Kirishima, let's go kick some ass. Denki, wait a second. Kyoka, is it really such a good idea to hold the sports festival so soon after the villains snuck inside? Ojiro, they could attack once we're all in the same place. Aizawa, apparently, the administration thinks this is a good way to show that the threat has been handled and our school is safer than ever. Plus, they're beefing up security compared to past years. This event is a huge opportunity for all students at UA. It's not something we can cancel because of a few villains. Mineta, I'm sorry, but why not? It's just a sports festival. Izuku, huh? Mineta, don't you know how important this competition is? Mineta, of course I do. I just don't want to get murdered. Aizawa, our sports festival is one of the most watched events in the entire world. In the past, everyone obsessed over the Olympic Games. But then Quirks started appearing. Now, the Olympics have been drastically reduced in terms of scale and viewership. For anyone who cares about competition, there's only one tournament that matters. The UA Sports Festival. Momo, that's right. And top heroes everywhere will be watching. This is where you get scouted. Mineta, sure, unless you're dead. Denki, she's right. After graduating, a lot of people join pro agencies as a sidekick. Kyoka, yeah, but that's as far as some people go. They miss their chance to go indie and stay eternal sidekicks. Actually, that's probably where you're headed. You're kinda dumb. Aizawa, it's true that joining a famous hero agency can garner you greater experience and popularity. That's why the festival matters. If you want to go pro one day, then this event could open the path for you. 1 chance a year. 3 chances in a lifetime. No aspiring hero can afford to miss this festival. So you better not slack off on your training. Students, yes sir. Aizawa, class dismissed. As they were walking to their next class, Izuku told them about what happened during the USJ incident. They were all surprised, but most of them were excited for what else Izuku would be able to do. At lunchtime, everyone talked about how excited they were for the sports festival. Eventually, as they were walking to the cafeteria, Achiko told Izuku and Ida about why she wants to be a hero. And then, Almight, young Midoriya is here. Izuku, whoa, Almight. What are you doing here? Almight, lunch. You wanna eat with me? Achiko, that's adorable. Almight, what I say? Izuku, sure thing. Later, Achiko, I wonder what he wanted with Deku. Ida, I heard that when All Might was attacked by Vinoc's soul, Midoriya tried to stop him himself. Maybe it's about that. Achiko, oh yeah. Ida, also, remember what Ajui said on the bus? Since their quirks are so similar to each other, it's possible that All Might's taken a liking to him. How lucky, with Izuku and All Might. Izuku, only 50 minutes? All Might, yeah? That's about how long I can use my power now. I overdid it too many times. That Nomu was a real tough customer. He took a lot out of me. At this point, I can barely even look like All Might for an hour and a half. Izuku, I'm so sorry. I should have just. All Might laughs as blood spews out, scaring Izuku. All Might, you don't need to apologize for anything. Man, we are alike, you and me. Have some tea. Izuku, thanks. All Might, I brought you here to talk about the festival. The problem is, you still can't control One for All yet. So then, what's your plan? Izuku, wait, I did once. When I landed a smash on that brain villain, there was no backlash at all. All Might, oh, that's right, you did mention that. What was different about that smash? Izuku, let's see, we were facing real villains and I didn't have much time to think, but maybe that's part of it, since I knew this wasn't just more training. This was the very first time, ever, that I used my power against a person. Vinoc, my guess is that you subconsciously lowered the power output so you wouldn't kill anyone. Izuku, really? All Might, huh? Was Vinoc talking to you? What did he say? Izuku, he said that I might have subconsciously lowered my power output so I wouldn't kill anyone. All Might, makes sense to me. Hey, that's some kind of progress at least. Tea's getting cold. Izuku, oh right, thank you. All Might, to be frank, I don't have much time left as the world's symbol of peace. Soon, I'll have to put that title to bed. Izuku, no way. All Might, and some villains out there are starting to notice that. Someone has to step up and keep the people safe. I gave you my power for one reason, because you will be the hero who takes my place. Do you still feel the same way you did when we met? Do you still want to be a hero? Izuku, yes. All Might, excellent. The time has come to prove it. This sports festival, it's something that the pros know, the entire country will be watching very closely. I want you to think of this sports festival as your debut. You are the fledgling symbol of peace. The next All Might, Izuku Midoriya. And you as well, Vinoct. I want you to introduce yourself to the world and proudly say, I am here, start of the sports festival. Izuku, but All Might, that's your catchphrase. Besides, what can I do? All Might, you know how the sports festival is set up, right? Izuku, oh yeah? Of course. Students are separated by class year, and then the support business, general studies, and hero courses all fight against each other in a bunch of preliminary trials. Whoever makes it through the initial games face off in the finals. Vinoct, so, it's basically a round-robin tournament? Izuku, yes, it's basically a round-robin tournament. All Might, right. Meaning, you'll have plenty of opportunities to sell yourself. Izuku, I guess. All Might falls backwards with his couch. Izuku, I'm sorry. I mean, what you're saying is absolutely correct, All Might. But honestly it's skinned off hard to get excited about this after everything that just happened at the SJ plus of your ready goth world's greatest Thirodiac. Translation. But honestly it's kind of hard to get excited about this after everything that just happened at the USJ. Plus, I've already got the world's greatest hero teaching me, so the festival probably isn't my only hope of getting scouted by an agency. And besides, I don't know that I can stand out right now considering I did so horribly on the fitness tests and can't control one for all very well. All Might, man, nobody is better at spouting word vomit than you, kid. Vinoct, is he okay? Izuku shrugs. All Might, some heroes always aim for the top, while others happily settle. The difference between those two mindsets has a big impact on how far you go in the real world. I understand how you feel. And I may even be projecting a bit of myself onto you. However, I hope you haven't forgotten the emotions you felt back at the beach during our training. Later, the class was trying to go home, but they were blocked by a bunch of other students. Achiko, why the heck are you all here? Ida, do you students have some sort of business with our class? Mineta, why are you blocking our doorway? I won't let you hold us hostage. Katsuki, they're scouting out the competition, idiots. We're the class that survived a real villain attack. He was walking towards them. Vinoct, what's he gonna do? Izuku, let's just hope he doesn't explode anybody. Katsuki, at least now you know what a future pro looks like. Now move it, extras. Ida, you can't walk around calling people extras just because you don't know who they are. Shinso, so this is Class 1A. I heard you guys were impressive, but you just sound like an ass. Is everyone in the hero course delusional, or is it just you? The others were shaking their heads no. Shinso, how sad to come here and find a bunch of egomaniacs. I wanted to be in the hero course. But like many others here, I was forced to choose a different track. Such is life. I didn't cut it the first time around, but I have another chance. If any of us do well in the sports festival, the teachers can decide to transfer us to the hero course. And they'll have to transfer people out to make room. Scouting the competition? Maybe some of my peers are, but I'm here to let you know that, if you don't bring your very best, I'll steal your spot right from under you. Consider this a declaration of war. Vinoct, didn't see that coming. Tetsu, hey you. I'm from Class 1B next door to you. We heard you fought some villains, and I came to see if that was true. But you're just a bunch of brats who think you're better than us. Izuku, Ida, and Achiko, crap, everyone hates our class now. Tetsu, talk all you want. It'll just be more embarrassing when you're KO'd. Katsuki just walks away. Tetsu, don't you ignore me. Kirishima, dude, where are you going? You gotta say something. It's your fault they're all hating on us, Bakugo. Katsuki, these people don't matter. The only thing that matters is that I beat them. He then walks away. Kirishima, I hate that. That was such a manly exit. Sato, you said it. Tokoemi, we have to beat them. He wasn't wrong. Denki, yeah, sure, but this sucks. He made us everyone's enemies. Throughout the next 2 weeks, everyone trained like crazy. Inko, Vinoct, please make sure Izuku doesn't get hurt. Vinoct, I'm afraid I'm just a spirit. There's nothing I can do but give him advice and my powers. But I will excel in doing so. At the sports festival, a mysterious figure in a cloak had arrived with Eri. Eri Papa? You told me that you were a spirit, right? The figure nodded. He had told Eri about what he was by writing it down. Eri, so, what does the real you look like? The cloaked figure drew a picture of what the real him looks like, including the dragon scarf. He knew Vinoc's spirit was back because he could no longer sense him. Eri, what will happen to you when you come to him? The figure made hand motions to help her visualize what will happen. Eri, and no! You can't disappear. He handed Eri a piece of paper that said, I'm sorry, Eri, but this is something I have to do. I was supposed to be like that in the first place. But don't worry. Once I merge back with Izuku, he will obtain the memories I have of you. You'll have a papa who can actually speak with you. I will always remember our time together. If I could feel emotions, I would feel nothing but joy. By the end of the sports festival, you will have a papa for real. The figure then hugged Eri. Eri, thank you for everything. They then made their way to the stands while holding hands. With Class 1A, Mina, man. I was totally hoping I could wear my costume. Ojiro, at least everyone will be in their uniforms. That'll keep things fair, right? Sato, I wonder what they have in store for us in the first round. Tokoemi, no matter what they've prepared, we must persevere. Shoji, right. Ida, everyone, get your game faces on. We're entering the arena soon. Shoto, Midoriya. Izuku, hey, Todoroki. What's up, Shoto? From an objective standpoint, I think it's fairly clear that I'm stronger than you. However, you've got Almight and Vinoct in your corner, helping you out. I'm not here to pry about what's going on between you two. But know that I will beat you. Denki, what's with all these declarations of war lately? Kirishima, yeah, what's the big deal? Why you picking a fight? And right before we get started, Shoto, we're not here to be each other's friends. Don't forget. This isn't a team effort. Izuku, wait a sec, Todoroki. I don't know what's going through your head or why you think you need to tell me that you'll beat me. And yeah, of course you're better than me. In fact, a few weeks ago, I would say you have way more potential than anyone in the hero course. That's why you got in so easily. Kirishima, Midoriya, maybe you're being a little harsh on yourself and us. Izuku, no, he's right, you guys. All the other courses, they're coming for us with everything they've got. We're all gonna have to fight to stand out. And I'll be aiming for the top. Both me and Vinoct. Shoto, fine. Katsuki, TCH. Present Mike, HUI. Make some noise, all you Rabbit Sports fans. Get those cameras prepped, media hordes. This year we're bringing you some of the hottest performances in sports festival history. Guaranteed. I've only got one question before we start this show. Are you ready? Let me hear you scream as our students make their way to the main stage. Our first group are no strangers to the spotlight. You know them for withstanding a villain attack. The dazzling students lighting up your TVs with solid gold skills. The hero course students of Class 1A. Izuku v Vinoct? Vinoct, yeah? Izuku, I didn't know there'd be so many people. Ida, I hope we're still able to give our best performances, even though all these eyes are watching us. I suppose it's just another aspect of being a hero we all have to learn to get used to. Kirishima, Present Mike sure did talk us up a lot. Kinda makes me nervous. How you feeling, man? Katsuki, I'm not worried. It makes me wanna win this thing even more. Present Mike, they haven't been getting nearly as much screen time, but this next group is still chock full of talent. Welcome Hero Course Class 1B. Next up, General Studies Classes C, D, and E. Support Classes F, G, and H. And finally, Business Classes I, J, and K. Give it up for all of UA's first-year contestants. Some of the contestants were just wanting this all to be over because they lacked the motivation to do this. Midnight now, the introductory speech. Kirishima, someone should talk to Ms. Midnight about what she's wearing. Denki, yeah? That costume should come with a warning. Tokoemi, is that really appropriate apparel for a high school game? Mineta was giving a thumbs up. Midnight, silence, everyone. She swung her whip, I think it is. Midnight, and for the student pledge, we have Katsuki Bakugo. Vinoct, wait him? Siro, I guess that hothead did finish first in the entrance tests. Vinoct, this won't end well, will it? Katsuki, I just wanna say I'm gonna win. Vinoct called it. Everyone was booing him. Meanwhile in the stands, Eri, Papa, I don't like that guy. He's scary. The spirit wraps Eri in a hug as a way of saying, don't worry about it. Back in the stadium, Izuku, Vinoct, I don't think this is overconfidence. Vinoct, what makes you say that? Izuku, the old Kachin would have laughed while saying that, making it a joke. This is him pushing himself. Vinoct, good point, but he just turned your class into targets at the same time. Midnight, without further ado, it's time for us to get started. Achiko, Yui really doesn't believe in letting us catch a breath, huh? Midnight, this is where you begin feeling the pain. The first fateful game of the festival, a giant spinner appears behind her. Midnight, what could it be? It lands on obstacle race. Midnight, ta-da! Izuku, so it's gonna be an obstacle course. Midnight, all 11 classes will participate in this treacherous contest. The track is 4 kilometers around the outside of the stadium. I don't want to restrain anyone, at least in this game. She licks her lips and gives a creepy glare. Midnight, as long as you don't leave the course, you're free to do whatever your heart desires. Now then, take your places, contestants. They all line up at the front gate. Izuku, I have to be smart about this. I still can't control one for all yet, so I have to be careful when I use it. That means I have to go beyond. Vinoct, don't forget Izuku. You still have my abilities. Izuku, I know, Vinoct. I'm going to use those for most of this tournament. Midnight, begin. They all start rushing through the gate. Present Mike, and we're off to a racing start. How about some color commentary, Mummy Man? Aizawa, how did you talk me into this? Present Mike, what should we be paying attention to in the early stages of the race? Aizawa, the doorway. As it turns out, there was not nearly enough room in the doorway, so everyone was having trouble getting through. Izuku, I get it. They're testing us. Seeing how we get through. Shoto, this is the first obstacle. He uses his ice to freeze the path, and freezing some of the students' feet to the ground. However, a bunch of students managed to dodge it. Momo, nice trick. Todoroki, Katsuki, I won't let you get away so easily. You icy hot bastard. Ojiro, you froze me in place once before, it won't happen again. Shoto, I didn't expect so many people to dodge that, especially those from other classes. Mineta was using his quirk to bounce on them without slipping. Mineta, you think you're so cool, but I've outsmarted you. Ha! How pathetic, Todoroki. Eat this. My special attack. Gra. Before he could finish, he was hit by a robotic arm which sent him tumbling. Izuku, it's those robots from the entrance exam. Present Mike, ooh. Enemies have shown up out of nowhere. I bet we're in for a treat here. A test of strength and cunning. It's a Rob Zero Inferno. Denki, are those the 0 pointers from the practical test? Most students were freaking out. Shoto, so this is what the other students faced in their entrance exams. They obviously went through a lot of trouble, but I wish they prepared something a little more difficult. Especially since my dear old dad is watching. He proceeded to completely freeze the 0 pointer that was about to attack him like it was nothing. He then went through the legs. The other students had the same idea, but Shoto, careful now. I froze them while they were off their balance. The 0 pointer came crashing down on them. Shoto, on purpose. However, Izuku, Octo Snake. Izuku unleashed Octo Snake on the robot and completely destroyed it before it could hurt anyone. More robots were coming in. Izuku, here goes. Obstacle course and first half of the cavalry battle. Rin, we're racing each other, but we can team up for now. Let's carve a path. Bakugo had other plans. He used his explosions to propel himself in the air and managed to avoid the 0 pointers completely. Zero, I figured you just tried to blast your way through these things with your quirk. I'm impressed. Zero used his tape to get over the robots while Tokoyami used Dark Shadow as a ride. The other students didn't hesitate in destroying a bunch of other robots. Izuku, I can't rely on one for all this early in the competition. He dodged an attack from a robot and used his scarf to maul it to shreds. Izuku, but I can use Vinoct's skills. And I know that Vinoct is able to fly. Izuku then started to fly. Vinoct, like Midnight said, anything goes as long as you don't leave the course. Izuku took off at incredible speed. He wasn't just training his body these past 2 weeks. He was also learning the fundamentals for Vinoct's abilities. The second obstacle was a giant pit trap. For most students it would be hard, but Tsu was getting through it easily. Same for a support course student named Mei Hatsum. Shoto turned the rope to ice and skated through it. Katsuki was catching up to him. As for Izuku, he simply flew over it. Izuku, I have to admit, the knocked. Flying is fun, the knocked, true. But don't lose sight of your goal. Ida, my older brother's watching this. I can't let him see me look foolish. I've got this. He then used his engines to move through the obstacle, but present Mike, boy, does he look foolish. Shoto arrives at the last obstacle. Present Mike, we arrive at the last obstacle. Everyone had better tread carefully. You're stepping on a minefield. If you look carefully, you can see where those little bombs are buried, so keep your eyes on the ground, folks. By the way, those landmines we designed for the games, so they might be loud and flashy, but they're not all that powerful. Just enough to make you wet your pants. Aizawa, get a hold of yourself. However, before they knew it, Izuku had made it to first place and was flying through the last obstacle course. Present Mike, wow! Looks like Class 1A's Izuku Midoriya is zooming through the minefield. Shoto tried to catch up to him by creating an ice path for him to skate across, and Katsuki tried to catch up to him as well, but they couldn't catch up. Especially when Izuku used his voltage technique to blow up another mine to stall them. Izuku had crossed the finish line with Katsuki and Shoto coming in after. Meanwhile, outside the stadium, Death Arms, hey, isn't that the kid who saved the boy from the sludge villain? Kamui Woods, you're right. Whoa. Where'd he get that cool scarf from? In the stands, Eri, he's so cool. Her adoptive spirit father nodded. Back in the stadium, Achiko, Deku. That was amazing. Izuku, oh, thank you. Achiko, I can't believe you got first place. I'm jealous. Izuku tried to cover the blush on his face. Izuku, it was nothing. The knocked Izuku. Your real ability will be tested after this. Be prepared for whatever comes next. Midnight, the first game for the first years is finally over, and what a game it was. Now let's take a quick look at the standings, shall we? The standings are the same as canon. Midnight. Only the top 42 will advance to the next round. But don't be too let down if you didn't make the cut. We've prepared other opportunities for you to shine. Now the real fun is about to begin. The chance to fully move yourselves into the limelight. Give it your best. Let's see what's in store for you next. Will your wildest fantasies come to life? What could it be? The waiting is torture. Prepare yourselves for this. It was a cavalry battle. Denki, great. I'm terrible at those. Tsu, I wonder how they'll split us up. Midnight, allow me to explain. The participants will form teams of 2 to 4 people as they see fit. In theory, it's the same as a regular playground game. But there is one difference. Each player has been assigned a point value based on the results from the obstacle course. Sato, I get it, a point-based system like the entrance exams. That seems pretty simple. Achiko, so that means each team will have a different point value based on which students are on it. Ticked off, Midnight snapped her prop and yelled at them to let her explain. Midnight, the point assignments go up by increments of 5, starting from the bottom. For example, 42nd place is worth 5 points, and 41st is worth 10 points. And the point value assigned to the first place contestant is 10 million. The knocked, wait, what? Izuku, 10 million? Shinso, really? May, in other words, if you take down his team, all students, you'll win the cavalry game and take the lead yourself. Midnight, that's right. It's survival of the fittest for those at the bottom to overthrow the top. Izuku, things have changed so much since junior high. But I'm still a target. The knocked, I guess the reason you're worth so many points is because it's meant to show the burden of being the best. Izuku, you're right. Midnight, first years. These are the rules that you'll abide by. The game itself will last 15 minutes. Individual point values will be added together to reach your team total. Everyone will know how much you're worth thanks to your headbands. Swipe as many headbands as you can to raise your team's score. Stolen headbands must be worn from the neck up. So the more you steal, the harder it'll be to manage them. And another thing. Even if your headband gets stolen or your team falls down, you can keep playing until time's up. You may use your quirks as much as you like. But there are still rules. Make a team fall on purpose and I'll slap you with a red card. You'll be disqualified. Now you've got 15 minutes to build your teams. I recommend you get started. Izuku was having trouble with making his team because he was worth so much. Thankfully, Achiko and Mei were more than willing to join his team. Ida, however, wasn't. But Tokoyami was. In the stands, Eri Papa? Will he be alright? He nodded. He knew that with Vinok's help, he will be just fine. Back in the stadium, the battle began and people were already going for Izuku's team. Tetsu. It's basically one big battle for 10 million points. Hagakure, I'll be taking that headband. Midoriya, Tokoemi, they're not even giving us a chance, huh? Such is the fate of the pursued. Achiko, this is it. Tokoemi, make your choice. Midoriya, Mei, here they come. Izuku, let's run. Tetsu, don't think so. Juzo used his quirk to cause the ground to soften and trap Izuku's team. Achiko, no good. I can't get out. Izuku, Uraraka. Hatsum. Watch your faces. He pressed a button and used the jetpack that Mei invented to shoot out of there. Jiro tried to use her earphone jacks on them, but Dark Shadow blocked it. Tokoemi, good work. Please continue to watch over our blind spots. Dark Shadow, got it. Izuku, wow, that is seriously cool. Your shadow is just what we needed. It'll take care of our omnidirectional mid-range defenses. Tokoemi, you're amazing. Tokoemi, you are the one who chose me. Achiko, we're landing. They landed and kept running. They then noticed that Shoji was running after them. Mineta, this is too easy. It's not a fight. It's more like a massacre. Izuku, it's Shoji. Is he all by himself? Vinok, no. His team is hiding under his arms. Tokoemi, what we need is breathing room. We can't get caught trapped between multiple opponents. Achiko, oh no. Izuku, what's wrong? Achiko, I'm stuck. She was stuck because she stepped in Mineta's quirk. Izuku then dodged Su's tongue that tried to get his headband and almost got Tetsu's headband as well. Tokoemi, quickly! We must move! Activating the jetpack, they managed to escape at the cost of one of Mei's gadgets, much to her dismay. Katsuki then used his quirk to blast himself into the air to get Izuku's headband. Luckily, Izuku used his dragon scarf to protect himself. Katsuki was then pulled back by Siro, which was technically allowed since he didn't touch the ground. Izuku's team then landed. When the rankings were shown, President Mike, hold on here. This is an unexpected turn. Other than Midoriya, Class 1A's not doing so hot. Even Bakugo is losing, as he was saying that Katsuki's headband was stolen by Monoma. Monoma, your class is too small-minded. Think bigger. Katsuki, what did you say? Come back here. Monoma, Midnight said the obstacle course was just the first game, and we figured they wouldn't cut that many of us right off the bat. Would they? Assuming they'd keep at least 40 contestants for the next event, all we had to do was make sure we stayed within that group as we ran. From our spots in the middle ranks, we could fully observe the quirks our rivals had and judge their capabilities. Only a fool would obsess over winning the preliminary rounds, wouldn't you agree? Katsuki, you planned this as a class? Monoma, it wasn't totally unanimous, but I'd say it's playing out well. It's better than chasing after a temporary frontrunner like a horse with a carrot waving in his face. Oh, while I have your attention. You're kinda famous, aren't you? For being attacked by that sludge villain. You'll have to tell me about it sometime. It must be strange to always find yourself in the role of the victim. Katsuki, Kirishima, we have a change of plans. Before we take down Deku, we're gonna kill every last one of these B-list idiots. Meanwhile, Izuku and his team have just encountered Shoto and his team. Second half of the cavalry battle and Bakugo meets a spirit. Shoji was rushing to the two teams since there was no point in being in defense mode now that Mineta's headband was stolen. However, the two teams didn't notice this yet. Tokoemi, I didn't think this confrontation would happen until later in the contests. He seems to have it out for you, Midoriya. Izuku, the game's only halfway over. We can't stop now. Shoto, now Ida. Forward, Ida, right. He used his engine legs to speed towards them. Shoto, Yaoyorozu. Be ready to protect us. Momo on it. She started creating things. Shoto, Kaminari. Denki, oh, I know what I gotta do. Izuku, watch our surroundings. It's not just Todoroki. Everyone's after us. He was right. He saw that most of the teams were coming after him. Denki, I hope you made something strong, Yaoyorozu. She created an insulation sheet and something, I don't know what it is, that stuck itself in the ground. Denki, indiscriminate shock. 1.3 million volts. Dark Shadow was able to protect the team. However, the rest of the teams, excluding Shoto's, were all zapped. Kyoka, Kaminari. When it was finished, Shoto used his ice on the thing that was in the ground. Shoto, less than 6 minutes left. It's time to make a move. He ended up freezing the teams to the floor. Shoto, sorry, but there's no other way. While he was on his way, he took their headbands. The jetpack they used started to malfunction. Izuku, the jetpack's malfunctioning. Achiko, oh no. They're too fast. We can't get away. Tokoemi, take care of them. Dark Shadow launched himself at them, but Momo created a steel pillar to block him. Izuku, she's too good at her creation quirk. We have to be careful. Tokoemi, no. Kaminari is the one to fear. If there was any more sunlight, Kaminari's attack would have completely destroyed Dark Shadow. Izuku remembered what Tokoemi said about his quirk. Izuku, I get it. His lightning is our big problem. Tokoemi, as long as he keeps using his quirk, it will be difficult for me to attack. Dark Shadow is too timid in the light. Dark Shadow, violence solves nothing. They then stopped at the edge of the area. Another step backwards and they'll be out of bounds. Izuku, your attack power's low, but they have no idea that's the case, right? Tokoemi, I don't think so. The only person I've mentioned this weakness to is Koda back at the USJ. And he's a man of very few words. Izuku, okay, good deal. We can use that. This'll work out. All we have to do is hang on to the 10 million points no matter what. They were able to keep the team at bay. Only 1 minute remains. Shoto, Midoriya is keeping his distance and staying on my left side. That's his strategy. From this position, if I try to freeze them, I'll hit Ida. If he keeps moving like this, there's no way I can get a clear shot at his team. Plus, Tokoemi can defend against Kaminari's electricity. There's not much time left. Ida, everyone. We have less than 60 seconds left. I'm gonna do something that'll make me useless to you. But it's worth it. Shoto, what are you gonna do? Ida put his leg forward. Ida, make sure you get that headband. Little did he know that Vinok saw this. Ida, brace yourselves. Hold on tight. Torque over. He blasted forward at an incredible speed. Before Izuku could say anything, his headband was stolen. Ida, reciproburst. They ended up far away from Izuku. Shoto, Ida. What was that? Ida forced my torque and RPM into overdrive, which gave me explosive power. Unfortunately, the recoil stalls my engines for a while. It's a secret move I've been saving. No one in the class knew about it. Shoto's team was now in first place. But Ida couldn't celebrate because, Ida, wait a minute Todoroki, where are the rest of your headbands? Shoto felt around his neck and forehead. Nothing was there. Izuku smiled and showed that his dragon scarf had stolen the headbands that Shoto had collected. Flashback. Then knocked Izuku. Ida's about to do something crazy. I get the feeling that we won't be able to keep your headband from getting stolen. But we can steal their headbands to stay in the game. Izuku, then we better do that. End of flashback. Izuku put the stolen headbands above his scarf. Shoto's team tried to steal back the points. Izuku then activated One for All to defend and Shoto started to use his fire. He then sliced his arm through the air and put out his fire. It hurt his hand, but it didn't break it. Izuku then used his dragon scarf and launched the team over the ice. Away from Shoto, who was staring in shock at him using his fire side. Bakugo then tried to take the 10 million points, but, Present Mike, time's up. And with that, the second round is officially over. Now, let's take a look at our top 4 teams. In first place, Team Todoroki. In second place, Team Midoriya. In third place, Team Bakugo. And in fourth place is Tetsu. Wait, what? It's Team Shinso? When did they come back from the dead? Well, let's take an hour lunch break. See you soon. Eri Papa, can we get some apples? He nodded and they walked over to the stands. Later, Izuku and Shoto were at the entrance. Izuku, you brought me here. Now what? We should probably eat soon. The cafeteria's gonna be busy. Shoto was just staring. Knocked. Wow. This is pretty awkward. Izuku, he's all cold intimidation. Way different from Kaken. Shoto, I was overwhelmed. And it made me break the promise I made to myself a long time ago. Izuku, it would have given him such an advantage to use his left side. And yet he didn't. Shoto brought up his left hand to his face. Shoto, Ida and Kaminari Yayorozu and Tokoemi Uraraka, none of them felt it. In that moment, I was the only one who could sense your power. It reminded me of something experiencing All Might's quirk. Izuku, oh yeah? Okay, is that all? Shoto, I'm saying the power coming from you felt the same as All Might's. Midoriya, tell me. He lowered his hand. Knocked. Does he know about One for All? But, Shoto, are you really All Might's secret love child or something? Izuku, am I what? Vinoct, pfft. Ha 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 ha. Oh man. I was not expecting that. Ha ha, Izuku okay. I get why he's think that. As insane as it sounds. Shoto, well, are you? Izuku, no way, that's not it at all. But I guess even if I was, I'd totally say I wasn't, so you probably won't believe me no matter what, I bet. Anyway, I promise, you've got the wrong idea. And why would you even think that about me, Shoto? That's not it at all. Is interesting wording. It suggests there is something between you two that you're not supposed to talk about. My father is the hero Endeavor. You must have heard of him. Which means you're aware that he's the number 2 hero. So if you're connected to the number 1 hero, All Might, in some way, that would mean that I have even more reason to beat you. Meanwhile, Katsuki had been walking around to see a little girl walking with a cloaked figure with Izuku's face. Katsuki, Ichui. You another one of those damn spirits. Eri got scared and hid behind her adoptive spirit father. Katsuki, well? Say something, damn it. Eri, Papa doesn't speak. He's mute. Katsuki, then Dio something. The soul shrugged and then, Katsuki, what the hell? The spirit then walked away, only to be blocked by Katsuki. Katsuki, hey. Tell me. How many of you souls are there? Suddenly, the spirit passed right through Katsuki like he wasn't even there. All while becoming completely pitch black. He then left while holding on to Eri. His color returned. Katsuki, just what is Deku really? At this point I'm not sure he's even a human being. Later, they were all back in the stadium. Shoto's talk made Vinoct hate Endeavor. And Katsuki was just seething at getting flipped off by a spirit at first. But after calming down a bit, he started to wonder, Katsuki, is flipping me off something that the real Deku wants to do? Present Mike, get those foam fingers in the air. It's almost time for the last round. But before that, good news for everyone who didn't make the finals. Since this is a sports festival, we've prepared some super fun side games everyone can participate in. We even brought in cheerleaders from America to get your blood pumping. But then, Present Mike, hold up. Looks like Class 1A is going full-on fanservice. Momo, you tricked us, Kaminari and Mineta? You're gonna regret this. Jiro, ugh, I hate those guys. Toru, well, we do have a little time before the finals start, and I kinda like these uniforms, so how about we just roll with it? Jiro, are you crazy? Tsu, wow, Toru. You've got skills. Present Mike then explained the rules of the finals. Mina, hang on, is it always a tournament? Ciro, the finals always a one-on-one competition, but they switch it up every time. Last year it was a foam sword fighting match. Midnight, come closer and draw lots to see who you're up against. Then enjoy the pleasure of the recreational games before we start. The 16 finalists have the option of participating in those activities or sitting out to prepare for battle. I'm sure you all want to conserve your stamina. I'll start with the first place team. Ojiro, excuse me. Sorry. But I'm withdrawing. Izuku Ojiro. No way, Ida, but this is a rare chance for you to get scouted. Ojiro, it just wouldn't be right. I barely remember anything from the cavalry battle until the very end of it. I think it was that guy's Quirk. Vinoct, wait. Who was he with again? I think it was Shinso. Ojiro, I know this is a great opportunity. I wish I could take advantage of it, but my conscience won't let me. Izuku, just think about this. Ojiro, I have, okay. Everyone gave their all in round 2, but I was just someone's puppet. No way. I don't want to advance if I don't even know how I got here. It wouldn't be fair. Toru, you're making way too much of this. Just kill it in the finals and prove you should be here. Mina, yeah, what she said. I didn't do much in the battle either. Ojiro, that's not it. I'm talking about my pride here. I refuse to give that up. Vinoct, I can see his reasoning. It's not much of a victory getting this far if this is how you did it. Ojiro, also, why are all the girls dressed like cheerleaders? Shota, Nairenjiki Shota from Class 1B. I think I should withdraw for the exact same reason. Regardless of how strong I am, this isn't how I wanted to get here. It would go against the values of the festival to advance without earning my spot. Kirishima was crying manly tears from hearing their speech. Kirishima, listen to these guys. They're so manly. Midnight, this sort of talk is incredibly naive, my boys. That turns me on. The knocked. Wait, did she just say that she was turned on? Midnight Shoda. Ojiro. You're withdrawn. Aoyama put his hand on Ojiro's shoulder. Aoyama, don't worry. I'll win it for you. Midnight, now let's see. We'll have to move up 2 students from the 5th place cavalry team so we have enough contestants. Itsuka, we were frozen most of the time. Honestly, we barely did anything in the cavalry battle. Isn't that right? Her team nodded. Itsuka, you should choose from the group that kept fighting the whole time. Team Tetsu Tetsu. Tetsu Tetsu, Kendo. Itsuka, I'm not doing this as a favor. It's just fair. Tetsu Tetsu, seriously, you guys. Thank you. Then, the first matches were shown. Shinso, that is you, right? Izuku Midoriya? Izuku, it's him. He was about to talk to him when he was stopped by Ojiro's tail. Ojiro, not so fast. Shinso smirks and walks away. Izuku Ojiro. What's the deal? Ojiro, you can't say a word to him. The games then happened. Some of them sat them out to save energy for the game. While this was going on, Ojiro told him about Shinso's quirk. Time skipped to the first match. Shinso, so you can just give up, huh? In a way, this is a test of how strong your spirit is. If you know what you want your future to hold for you, you can't worry about what other people think. That monkey was going on about his pride earlier. But I just think he's an idiot for throwing his chance away like that. This angered Izuku. Izuku, don't you talk about him that way. And then he was brainwashed by Shinso's quirk. The knocked. Izuku versus Shinso. Ojiro. I warned him not to say anything. Achiko, Deku? Ida, why in the world isn't he moving? Present Mike, the fight has just begun and Izuku Midoriya is completely frozen? He's not moving a muscle. And what's with that look on his face? Could this be a quirk at work? Hitoshi Shinso seems to have Izuku Midoriya completely stunned. He didn't stand out in the first rounds, but it's possible Shinso's crazy powerful. Who could have imagined this turn of events? Aizawa. This is a perfect example of why the entrance exam isn't rational. Present Mike, huh? Why is that? Aizawa. Since we're on to the individual matches, I had some information compiled about our final competitors. Shinso failed the practical exam to get into the hero course. Since he also applied for general studies, he probably figured that would happen. His quirk is incredibly strong. But that entrance test consisted of fighting foe villains. Robots. It gave a huge advantage to those who had physical superpowers they could show off. Despite his abilities, Shinso never stood a chance at passing. Shinso, so here we are. You're lucky to have been so blessed, Izuku Midoriya. Now turn around and walk out of bounds like a good little hero. Izuku started to do just that. Present Mike, a what? Midoriya's obeying him. Achiko, oh no, Deku, what are you doing? Ida, he can't walk out of the ring. He'll lose the match if he does. Present Mike, Hitoshi Shinso. His quirk, brainwashing. When an opponent answers his question, it flips a switch in their minds, forcing them to do what he says. Not every question does it though. He only brainwashes when he wants to. Aizawa. In the fitness test on the first day of school, Midoriya scored pretty low for a student who'd been accepted into the hero course. Still, even in tests where he didn't use his quirk, he outperformed Shinso. If they fought without powers, Midoriya would almost certainly win. But he'd have to overcome Shinso's brainwashing to do that. Either way, this match will be over quickly. He was almost at the end and All Might was freaking out. Izuku, what's happening? My body's moving on its own. I feel like my brain is full of fog. I can't concentrate. And I can't hear Vinact either. No! Not like this. Gotta stop. Damn it! I fell for it even after Ojiro warned me about his power. I'm an idiot. I can't stop it. I'm going to lose. It's all over. Even though so many people are counting on me, everyone is watching everyone. But then he could then feel a massive amount of power. Izuku, what is that? And then, Izuku's dragon scarf started to move on its own. Shinso, even with a quirk like this, I have my own dreams of becoming a great hero. So lose for me. Just before he could step out of bounds, his dragon scarf bit his arm. The sudden jolt of pain cancelled out the brainwashing. Present Mike, what's this? Midoriya stopped just in time. Ida, that's the way to do it. Achiko, whoa. I was about to freak out. Aizawa. He used his dragon scarf to deal some harm to himself so he could break free from the brainwashing effect. Izuku turned around with a frightening look on his face. Ojiro, phew, that just about killed me. Shinso, no. Impossible. You're not supposed to be able to fight back. What did you do? Izuku covered his mouth. Izuku, I'm the one with the dragon's scarf. But I'm not the one who moved it just now. It was like people that weren't Vinak came into my mind. And for a second, it was clear. Could it be? Those people. Were they the ones who cultivated the power? Did they save me? Vinak, it seems like it. That was close. Shinso, how'd you do that? Vinak, don't answer him. Izuku, I don't have time to figure things out right now. I have to focus. Shinso, he won't answer. Did he figure it out? No. He's known. That monkey must have told him. I have to get him to talk again. Come on, say something. Izuku wasn't falling for it. Hitoshi, I didn't know you had so much power in your scarf. I'm kinda jealous of you. Izuku started running towards him. Izuku, I know what the jealousy feels like. I've been there. Shinso, thanks to the way my quirk works, I've always been at a big disadvantage. But someone as blessed as you wouldn't understand that. Izuku, I get it. Even though he's right. I have been blessed. Shinso, you're lucky enough to have a heroic quirk. It'll be so easy for you to reach your goal. Izuku, I've been blessed by others. That's why I'm here. He reached Shinso and started to push him off. Shinso, say something, damn it. He tried to punch Izuku in the face, but his dragon's scarf bit his knuckle before it could punch him. He kept on getting pushed out. Shinso, he's pushing me out. Get out of this ring, you lucky brat. He tried to flip their positions, but the other dragon head wrapped around Shinso's other arm and started to lift him up. Izuku, no. I refuse to let this be the end. He then slammed Shinso to the ground. He was out of bounds. Midnight, Shinso is out of bounds. Midoriya advances to the next match. Present mic, and with that expertly performed throw, we have our first victor for the finals. Class 1A Izuku Midoriya, Achiko. Ugh, that was so nerve-wracking. Ida, turning the tables at the last moment. A classic Midoriya maneuver. Denki, he's pulled that shoulder throw on you before, huh? Katsuki, shut your damn face, Sparky. Deku's definitely aiming for the top. And that purple-haired guy fell for his trap. And who knows what else he'll be able to do in the near future. That cloak spirit. His body went right through me. If it were a spirit like in the movies, I wouldn't have a hard time believing that. But, he recalled when Izuku punched Vinak's spirit. Katsuki, the fact that he was able to make physical contact with that Vinak guy proves that passing through me was one of that spirit's powers. I have no idea what else he can do. And I'm not looking forward to finding out. Present mic, alright. That was actually kind of a boring first match, kids. But both of you fought bravely. Let's show them some love, everyone. Izuku couldn't help but remember Shinso's words. Izuku, why do you want to be a hero? What's driving you? Shinso turns away. Shinso, you can't help the things your heart longs for. Izuku, I felt the same way. Before I inherited One for All, I was just like him. But nothing I say is going to make him feel better. Before Shinso left the stadium though. General Studies Student 1, you were awesome out there. Shinso, General Studies Student 2, we're proud of you. General Studies Student 3, you didn't tell us you were that good. General Studies Student 4, yeah, you're the star of our program. General Studies Student 1, I can't believe you put up such a great fight against the dude who was in first place earlier. Listen to them. Shinso overheard a bunch of heroes talking about how incredible his quirk was and how UA really screwed up and not letting him into the hero course. General Studies Student 5, Shinso, you hear that? It's great. They think you're incredible. Shinso, depending on the results, they might transfer people into the hero course. Remember that. Even if things didn't work out this time, I'm not giving up. I'll get into the hero track, get certified, and then, I'll become a better pro than any of you. Izuku made a noise and was brainwashed again. Izuku, he got me again. But why? The match is over. Shinso, heh. You know, usually people tense up whenever they talk to me. If you're not on guard, someone's going to defeat you. So be careful. Izuku was freed from the brainwashing. Shinso, you better not lose and make me look bad. Izuku, Shinso, I won't, and he got brainwashed again. Vinak, seriously? Later, Izuku was talking with Almight. He wasn't with Recovery Girl because he didn't break any bones. Izuku, that match was Shinso. I couldn't smile through it like you would. Almight, I heard some of the things he said to you. It must have been painful, knowing how much you could relate to him. Izuku, yeah? But I still couldn't go easy on him. I have to keep my eyes on the prize. Aiming for the top. Just like you've said? Oh yeah, All Might. I had some kind of vision in the match. All Might, huh? Izuku, there were these people. Maybe 8 or 9 of them? I'm not sure. None of them looked like Vinoct either. When I was under Shinso's control, it felt like my brain was full of fog or something. I couldn't even hear Vinoct. But when the vision appeared, it completely drove the fog away. That's when I was finally able to move my scarf for a second. One of the figures had eyes just like yours, All Might. Do you think all the people who've used One for All in the past were there, pushing me on? Like spirits as well? He was expecting a very wise answer. But, All Might, spooky. I'm a ghost, Izuku Huh? I thought you'd have answers, All Might. Actually, I saw something like that too. In my younger days. It's a clear sign that you're getting closer to making One for All your own power. Izuku, what was it? All Might. I think it's like a trace of the user's spirit that's left behind in One for All when it's passed on. Don't worry. Whatever you saw, it won't be interfering with you or your progress in the future, I'm sure. In other words, that vision wasn't what got rid of the brainwashing effects. Regardless of what you saw out there, it was your passion that allowed you to overcome Shinso's power, even if it was only long enough for you to move your dragon scarf and bite your arm. Izuku, man, that explanation is so not satisfying. All Might, forget about it. More importantly, shouldn't you be worrying about who you're fighting next? Izuku, huh? You're right. Thank you very much. He then leaves. All Might, that's a good thing, then. Eri, mister? All Might looked to see Eri. All Might, hello? What's wrong? Eri, what's One for All? All Might spat out blood in surprise that she heard it. But what surprised him even more was the spirit that showed up right after that. All Might, another one? The spirit handed All Might a note telling him to please keep quiet about him being there, and that he will meet up with Izuku after the festival. Reluctantly, he agrees. The two then leave. Izuku vs. Shoto. Izuku was on his way to his fight against Todoroki. Izuku, Uraraka must be so upset. I thought I could help her in some way. But in the end, I didn't do anything for her. Instead, she's cheering me on. She's got my back. She's the one encouraging me. Again, he then came across Endeavor. Izuku, Endeavor? Vinoct, that bastard. Endeavor, ah. I was looking for you. Izuku, oh yeah? Hi. So, what are you doing back here? Endeavor, I watched your fight against the brainwashing guy. Your power is pretty impressive. To have so much control over that dragon scarf. Although I'm not sure why, but you seem to have much in common with All Might. Izuku, oh. Well, I guess I never thought about it that way. Sorry, but I should get going. Vinoct, you don't think? Izuku, no. He would have mentioned it. He's one person we can't let find out about All Might's secret. Endeavor, it's my Shoto's duty to surpass All Might as the #1 hero. And his match with you will be a good testing ground for how much training he has left. So hit him hard. Don't disgrace yourself or him by holding back. That's all I wanted to say. I apologize for bothering you. He starts to walk away. Izuku, Endeavor. I am not All Might. He stops. Endeavor, what? What are you talking about? Izuku, and the same goes for Todoroki. He may be your son, but he isn't you. Izuku then leaves. Time skip to the start of the match. Present mic, begin. Shoto sent a massive wave of ice. But Izuku planned to counter it. He used One for All at 100% on his scarf. Izuku, smash. He sent his scarf at the ice and destroyed it while creating massive gust of wind. Shoto, just as I expected. He's prepared to injure himself to counter me. However, Shoto noticed something. None of Izuku's body was broken. Present mic, wow. Midoriya managed to break Todoroki's insane opening move. Shoto sent another wave of ice at him. But once again, Izuku countered it using his dragon scarf and One for All at 100%. Present mic, he countered again. Izuku, I don't know much about Todoroki's fighting style. His attacks are so fast that it's hard to collect data on him. So, during this fight, I need to focus on finding an opening somewhere. The ice behind him is probably how he plans to keep from being blown out of bounds by my smashes. Which means I was right to use One for All at full power on my dragon scarf. If I'd spent my whole arm on a full-powered smash, and the ice held up, I'd be doomed. And if I used my fingers, I would only have a limited amount of shots. Izuku recalls his fight at the USJ after absorbing Vinok's spirit. Izuku, when Shigaraki tried to turn my scarf into dust, it had no effect. If it couldn't be decayed, there's no way it could be broken. And since it's a part of me, I can use one for all on it. Even at 100%, without breaking my bones. Vinok, good thinking, Izuku. Izuku, come on. Find a weak spot. Shoto, let's continue. He sends another wave of ice, but the same thing happens. Shoto, you want an endurance match. But I'll end this quickly. Once again, another wave of ice is sent. And once again, Izuku counters it. In the stands, Katsuki, this is only a small fraction of Deku's true power. If I can't beat him as he is now, then I've got no chance of winning against him at full power. He's grown quite a lot. But how much? Back in the arena, Shoto starts to run towards Izuku and uses his ice as a platform this time. Izuku destroys it, but Shoto nearly got the drop on him. Luckily, Izuku manages to avoid his attack. However, when he slammed his fist into the ground, Izuku's leg got caught in the ice that was sent through the battlefield from Shoto's hand. The knocked crap. Using his dragon scarf, Izuku breaks free from the ice and pushes Shoto away. This time, he used both dragon heads. Shoto, that was much more powerful than your previous attacks. You're trying to keep me away. Smart. Izuku, it's not just that his quirk is powerful. His judgment, mobility, reasoning. All of his abilities are incredible. Izuku then notices that Shoto's right arm was shaking. Izuku, he's shaking. Is he reaching some kind of limit? I've got to keep fighting. Shoto, I'm sorry about this, but thanks for drawing it out. He looks over to where Endeavor is at. Shoto, look at him. He's furious I'm not using his power. Izuku grits his teeth. Shoto sends another wave of ice at Izuku. This one, even bigger than before. Izuku, I am not done yet. He uses his dragon scarf with one for all and destroys the ice again. A massive amount of wind pressure shows up and almost pushes Shoto out of bounds. Izuku, you're trembling, Todoroki. It's easy to forget that quirks are physical abilities, and that means there's a limit to the cold your body can take, right? I get it. Usually you'd make up for the drop in temperature by using the heat from your left side. But you refuse to do that now. Listen. We're all giving it our all to try and win. To make our dreams into a reality. To become number one. You think you can win with half of your strength? Look at me, Todoroki. There isn't a single scratch on me. So come at me with all you've got, Shoto, Midoriya. What are you trying to do here? You want my fire? What, did my monster of a dad bribe you or something? He runs toward Izuku. Shoto, now I'm mad. Vinoked. His movements are slower. Shoto, in close quarters, there's no way he'll be able to dodge me. Izuku, voltage. Shoto was struck by lightning and was then hit in the gut by Izuku's dragon scarf. He was sent far back. Shoto, why? Shoto sends another wave of ice at Izuku, but it was slow, so Izuku didn't need to go on the offensive and just dodged. Izuku, the ice attacks aren't moving as fast now. The attacks keep coming. Aizawa, what's driving him? What is his intent? Izuku, whatever it takes to be a hero. Izuku punches Shoto in the gut without using one for all. Izuku, that's why I'll give it my all. Just like you should be. There's no way I can know what you've been gone through, or why you're even here. Your life is much different than mine. But right now, stop screwing around. If you want to reject your father, fine, but you don't have the right to be number one if you aren't going to use your full power. That's why I'm going to win this. Using one for all at 5% on his fist, he punches Shoto in the gut and sends him flying backwards. Izuku, I'll surpass you. Shoto falls to the ground and slowly gets up. Shoto, I refuse to use my left side. Izuku, it's yours. Your quirk, not his. That triggered a memory for Shoto. Shoto, I didn't realize how much I'd forgotten. Almight, you made him use his father's power. Midoriya, don't tell me you were trying to save young Todoroki this whole time. Shoto, you're helping your opponent. You fool. Even though you want to win this battle. Now which one of us is screwing around? I want it too. I'll be a hero. Endeavor, S-H-O-T-O-O. Present Mike, huh? Endeavor, have you finally accepted your purpose? That's it. Very good. This is the dawn of a new era for us. With my blood in your veins, you'll surpass me. You will live up to the reason I created you. Vinoked, I still hate that guy. Izuku was in awe at the sheer power of Shoto's fire. Izuku amazing. Shoto, why are you smiling? Don't blame me for what happens next. Shoto sends his largest wave of ice yet as Izuku flies and avoids them while charging one for all throughout both dragons' heads. Izuku, gotta try and get close and give it everything. Come at me with your full power, Todoroki. Shoto was about to unleash his strongest wave of fire yet. Shoto, I see now, Midoriya. Thank you. Izuku, Octo Snake. The attacks collide with each other and cause so much wind pressure that everyone could feel it. There was also smoke covering the battlefield. When the smoke cleared, Shoto was out of bounds. Midnight, Todoroki is out of bounds. Midoriya wins. He advances to the third round. Meanwhile, the pro-hero Ingenium was searching around Hosa's city. He entered an alleyway. Ingenium, where is he? I was given a distress signal around here. So where? A sword is then stabbed into the ground. Ingenium. Ingenium looks up to see. Ingenium, hero killer, Stain. Stain jumps down in front of Ingenium, who brings his guard up. Stain, Ingenium. Ingenium got prepared for an attack. But then, Stain, I need your help. Sports Festival finale. Ingenium, what do you mean you need my help? Stain, I mean I need your help. Help in making a true hero even stronger. But in order to do that, I need your help. Ingenium, how do I know you're not being honest? Stain, I guess in a situation like this, it would be hard to believe. But this isn't for me or my ideals. I'm asking for help, so I can help out my best friend. Ingenium, go on. Stain, my best friend is a spirit that could end up going berserk. I met him 16 years ago. He was once part of a single body with many powers. He and a bunch of other spirits merged together to create said body but were separated from him after he was born. That's where I met him, and we became fast friends. Ingenium didn't say a word. Stain, however, I noticed that he was slowly losing his mind because he was separated from the body. I was able to give him some medication to keep his mind sane, but I'm running out of it. If I run out, it will only be a matter of time before he attacks innocent civilians. And trust me when I say that neither of us want that. Ingenium, so what do you want my help with? Stain, you know how after the sports festival, internships will happen, right? Ingenium, yeah. Stain, I want you to fake an injury. That way, your little brother will come after me. Ingenium, absolutely not. I will not put my brother in danger. Stain, I promise you that I won't hurt him. My only desire is to save my friend. I just need him to come after me so that his friend will go looking for him and save him. After that, I will have my friend show up for the kid to save him. I just need you to fake an injury so that everything can be put into place. Nothing more. Ingenium, should I trust him? Stain, please. I want my friend to be safe. I at least owe him that. The look in his eyes showed how desperate he was. Ingenium sighs. Ingenium, fine. But you better not harm him, okay? Stain, you have my word. I promise. UA Sports Festival. It was time for Izuku's match against Iida. Iida, there's no chance I can negate his attacks. Plus, it seems that he's now capable of using his quirk with his scarf, and won't break his bones in the process. That makes him even more dangerous. Focus. Present mic. Start. Izuku sends one of his dragon scarf heads at Iida, who dodges it in time. Iida, he's not wasting any time. Izuku then uses the other dragon head at the opposite side and traps him in the middle. Izuku, now to close the gap. Izuku slams the dragon heads together. But Iida jumps over it in time and is right above Izuku. Iida, Recipro burst. He swings his leg at Izuku but he ducks and avoids it. Iida, I have 10 seconds before my engines stall. Which means I have to win this right now. Iida was about to kick him in the head after doing a quick backflip. But, Izuku, voltage! Iida gets struck by lightning. Izuku then picks him up with his dragon scarf and throws him out of bounds. Midnight, Iida is out of bounds. Midoriya advances. Iida, I'm sorry, brother. Time skip. Iida, hello, mom? I hate to tell you this, but I lost. Mrs. Iida, no, son, I'm not calling about that. I mean, I'm sorry. But Tenya, please listen carefully. It's your brother. A villain got Tensei. Meanwhile, Stain, it's been done. Now that Ingenium has faked breaking his legs, everything will fall into place. Don't worry, Ingenium. I promise you that no harm would come to your brother. And I have every intention of keeping that promise. This is all for my friend. I'll make sure that he, and the civilians, will be safe from his potential harm. Back with the sports festival, it was now time for Izuku and Katsuki to fight. But, Katsuki, Deku, Izuku huh? Katsuki, I want you to give me everything you've got. Don't hold back. Use your powers as much as you can without having to injure yourself. I want to see where my strength stands with you. If I can't beat you as you are now, there's no way in hell I'll be able to beat you once you get all of your powers back. Izuku Kaken, Katsuki, I want to see how much you have grown. I want you to show me that you aren't a Deku anymore. If you can beat me, then I'll know for sure that you aren't a Deku anymore. So don't hold back. Present Mike, begin. Izuku, if you want me to give it my all, then fine. Octo Snake. Izuku launches his Octo Snake and Katsuki is barely able to counter them. But he gets hit by the last one. Katsuki, damn it. He didn't even use his quirk for that. That scarf is stronger than Mr. Aizawa's. Katsuki launches himself at Izuku using his explosions. Izuku, voltage. Izuku almost manages to hit Katsuki with voltage, but he dodges it. Katsuki, I know you only use voltage for long-range attacks. Try harder. Katsuki tries to grab Izuku, but he dodges it and slams his dragon scarf into his stomach with one for all at 15% so he wouldn't kill him. Katsuki, ga! Katsuki notices that there wasn't as much wine pressure as there was during Shoto's match. Katsuki, he's not using as much power as before. A part of my mind is telling me that he's looking down on me. But I'm not stupid. Even during Icy Hot's match, he only used his quirk at full power to negate Icy Hot's attacks. When he actually attacked him, those attacks were even weaker than the amount of power he just used. Had he used it at full power, there's no telling how bad it would be. Katsuki was almost sent out of bounds, but he used his explosion quirk to propel himself back to the battlefield. Katsuki rushes to Izuku and uses his quirk to launch himself above him. He then starts to spin around rapidly. Katsuki, howitzer impact. Izuku, here goes nothing. 50% Octo Snake. Using one for all at 50%, he used his dragon scarf to attack Katsuki. Their attacks collided with each other, and a large explosion was released. When the smoke cleared, Katsuki was out of bounds. Katsuki, Deku beat me. Izuku was still standing. He was breathing heavily since he had to take that explosion head on, but he was still standing nonetheless. Midnight Bakugo is out of bounds. That means Midoriya is the winner. Izuku then heard Katsuki laughing. Izuku Kaken? Katsuki, good job Izuku. You really aren't a Deku. Sorry for being such an asshole. Glad to see you break out of that shy shell of yours. Katsuki then passes out. The crowd then cheers very loudly. Present Mike. And with that, the final match is officially over. The first-year champion of the UA Sports Festival is Izuku Midoriya from Class 1A. Eri, he won. Papa, he won. Time skip to the awards ceremony. Midnight, the first-year students have completed all of the events for the UA Sports Festival. Now it's time to relax and enjoy the awards ceremony. The award stands appeared with Izuku on first, Katsuki on second, and Tokoyami on third. Midnight, Tenya Ida actually shares the third-place award with Tokoyami. But unfortunately, he had to leave for family reasons. Gotta love those familial bonds. She winks seductively. Shiver. Tokoyami, must you really? Tsu, too bad Ida couldn't be here. He was so excited. Midnight, now, let's break out the hardware. Of course, there's only one person worthy of distributing the awards. Almight was heard laughing on the roof. Almight, citizens, Almight and Midnight, I am here with the medals. Almight is the #1 hero. He lands and looked pretty annoyed. Midnight ruined that, didn't I? So now that you're here, Almight, why don't you start the presentation? Almight, young Tokoyami. Congratulations. You showed great strength out there. However, you have more training to do to fight against different kinds of villains. You're not going to be able to rely on your quirk in every battle you face. Tokoyami, yes sir. Almight, young Bakugo. Even though you didn't win, you still put up a great fight. But it seems that you didn't mind losing. Why was that, Katsuki? At first, it was like that. But, he remembered his encounter with the spirit. Katsuki, let's just say that I met someone who reminded me that there are some things more valuable than just victory. I just wanted to see how much Izuku had grown ever since our fight at the training grounds. The name Deku just doesn't fit with him anymore. Almight, well, that's a great mindset. I'm glad you worked that out. Young Midoriya. You have shown great control over your quirk. I'm proud of you for making it this far. Make sure to continue down this path. Izuku, why yes. Thank you. All Might turns around. All Might, here they are. The winners of this year's sports festival. But listen closely. Any of you first years could have ended up standing on these podiums. Think about what you've done today. You've challenged each other, learned, and climbed even closer toward your goals of being pros. I think the next generation of heroes is proving to be our most promising one yet. So I have one more thing to say. I want to hear everyone yell it with me. You know what it is, All Might and the audience. Thanks, everyone, for your hard work, /plus ultra. Students, what? That was the perfect time to say. Plus ultra. All Might, well, yeah, I guess, but everyone did such a good job. But then they heard a strange sound. It sounded dark and a bit creepy. And it came from the entrance. Everyone looked over to see the spirit and Eri holding hands. It didn't take long for people to take notice of the spirit's face. Izuku, is that? Izuku was getting nervous because he was afraid that the spirit would attack everyone. They knocked. Don't worry, Izuku. This is the one of the few spirits that can't go berserk. This one lacks emotions. The spirit makes a hand gesture that said, come here. Present Mike. Wow. It's one of the spirits. Just like the one that attacked the USJ before they were absorbed. But this one seems to be docile. Izuku walks over to the spirit. Eri, hi. You're the living version of him, right? Izuku, yeah. I'm Izuku Midoriya. What's your name? Eri, I'm Eri. And this is my papa. Everyone's eyes widened. Everyone papa? Izuku, WH what? Eri then explains what she went through and how she was saved by the spirit, and she started to see him as a papa. Shoto, wait. Doesn't that make Midoriya her papa too? Izuku, I guess? Eri, really? Izuku nodded. The spirit let Eri hug her papa. Eri, papa. The spirit then approaches Izuku. Izuku, you're having me absorb you willingly? The spirit nodded. Izuku, well, okay. Izuku placed his hand on the spirit, and a bright flash of light appeared, and when it died down, the spirit was gone and Izuku was wearing his cloak. So this is what it's like to be able to talk? I must say, I could get used to it. The knocked. Welcome back. The knocked. Night. It's good to be back. Eri, is he? Izuku hugs her. Izuku, don't worry. As long as I'm watching you, so will he. Eri hugs Izuku as tight as she can. Little did they know. Midoriya residence. Inko. I have a grandbaby. Fire station. Firemen boys. Mrs. Midoriya is flooding the apartment again, picking hero names. Izuku and Eri were on their way to UA. Izuku tried to leave Eri with his mother, but the unicorn latched onto him like her life depended on it. So he had to bring her. Ida, good morning, Midoriya. You too, Eri. Ida was running to UA in a lot of rain gear. Izuku, whoa, Ida. You really went all out with the rain gear. Ida, why on earth are you walking so slowly? You'll be late. Izuku, but there's still 5 minutes until the first bell. Ida, UA students should always arrive 10 minutes early, don't you think? Time skip. Mina, it's so weird that people recognize us from TV. Everyone wanted to talk to me on my way here. Kirishima, yeah, me too. Toru, people on the street were staring at me. It was kind of embarrassing. Ojiro, sure, but isn't that pretty normal for you? Siro, you won't believe what a bunch of elementary school brats yelled at me. Tsu, nice try. Siro groans. Kaminari, all it took was one sports festival, and suddenly we're like celebrities. Mineta, this school really is amazing. Aizawa then enters and the class sits in their seats. Tsu, Mr. Aizawa, you don't have bandages anymore. That's good news. Aizawa, the old lady went a little overboard in her treatment. Anyway, we have a big class today on hero informatics. Students, oh no, Kaminari informatics? Please don't tell me it's a pop quiz. Kirishima, crap, I bet it's about hero laws. I'm so bad at stuff like that. Aizawa, you need code names. Time to pick your hero identities. Students, this is gonna be totally awesome. Aizawa uses his quirk to get them to calm down. Aizawa, this is related to the pro hero draft picks that I mentioned the last time we were in class together. Normally, students don't have to worry about the draft yet. Not until their second or third year actually, but your class is different. In fact, by extending offers to first years like you, pros are essentially investing in your potential. Any offers can be rescinded if their interest in you dies down before graduation, though. Mineta, stupid, selfish adults. Toru, So, what you're saying is, we'll still have to prove ourselves after we've gotten recruited. Aizawa, correct. Now, here are the totals for those of you who got offers. He shows the totals on the board. Izuku managed to get the most. Aizawa, in past years, it's been more spread out. But there's a pretty big gap this time. Kaminari, ga. That's no fair. Aoyama, what about the real star? Wa, Aizawa, despite these results, you'll all be interning with pros. Got it? Even those of you who didn't get any offers. Izuku, oh, so we're all interning? Aizawa, yes. You already got to experience combat with real villains during the attack on the USJ facility. But it'll still be helpful to see pros at work. Up close and personal, in the field. Firsthand, Sato, and for that, we need hero names. Achiko, things are suddenly getting a lot more fun. Aizawa, these hero names will likely be temporary, but take them seriously or… Midnight then enters the room. Midnight, you'll have hell to pay later. What you pick today could be your code name for life. You better be careful, or you'll be stuck with something utterly indecent. Aizawa, Midnight is going to have final approval over your names. It's not my forte. Eri Papa? What does forte mean? Izuku, it's something that people are very good at. Eri O, Aizawa, the name you give yourself is important. It helps reinforce your image and shows what kind of hero you want to be in the future. A code name tells people exactly what you represent. Take Almight, for example. They were all handed something to wrote down their hero names. Izuku, I need something that embodies the kind of hero I want to be one day. Later, Midnight, now students, who among you is ready to share? Kirishima, we're presenting these. Zero, oh great. Who's got the balls to go first? Aoyama went up first. Aoyama, hold your breath. The shining hero. My name is… I cannot stop twinkling. My name is… You can't deny my sparkle. Students, come on. Midnight, it'll be better this way. Take out the I and shorten the cannot to can't. Aoyama, it's stunning, mademoiselle. Students, she likes it. Sato, also, you're not really French, are you? That's just an act. Mina, okie dokie, let me go next. My code name, Alien Queen. Midnight, hold on. Like that horrible monster with the acidic blood? I don't think so. Mina, dang it. Students, that one wasn't okay? Since the first two were so weird, I feel like I have to come up with something really clever now. Tsu, ribbit. I think I've got one. Okay if I go next? Midnight, come on up. Tsu, I've had this name in mind since grade school. Rainy season hero, Froppy. Midnight, that's delightful. It makes you sound approachable. What a great example of a name everyone will love. Students, thanks Froppy. Finally a normal one. Kirishima, I've got mine too. The sturdy hero. My name is Red Riot. Midnight, Red Riot? Interesting. You're paying homage to the chivalrous hero, Crimson Riot, yes? Kirishima, that's right. He may be kind of old school, but someday, I want to be just like he was. Crimson is my idol. Midnight, if you're bearing the name of someone you admire, you have that much more to live up to. Kirishima, I accept the challenge. Izuku, wow, that's so cool. Before I met Almight, I had a couple of names picked out. I loved coming up with all those names. They never failed to put a smile on my face back in those days. But now that I've been given his power, and I'm training under him, I see just how far I still have to go. There's no way I can choose a name that riffs off of his yet. Kaminari man. I still haven't been able to think of anything that's cool enough. Jiro, hey, I've got one. How does jamming yay sound to you? Kaminari, oh, it's like Hemingway, who wrote A Farewell to Arms, right? Real clever. I like it. Jiro, no. It's because even though you're powerful, you always jam your brain. Kaminari, come on, Jiro. Quit messing with me. Jiro goes up to the front. Jiro, the hearing hero. I'm Earphone Jack. Midnight, now that's a good one. Shoji, the tentacle hero. Tentacle. Midnight, oh, I like what you're doing with that. A nice portmanteau. Zero, the taping hero. Cellophane. Midnight, that's on the nose. Good work. Ojiro, martial arts hero. Tailman. Midnight, no surprise with that one, I guess. Sato, I'm the sweets hero. Sugarman. Midnight, perfect. Mina, Pinky. Midnight, make those looks work for you, girl. Kaminari, stun gun hero. I am Charge Bolt. Electric. Don't you think? Midnight, makes me all tingly. Toru, the stealth hero, invisible girl, Midnight, that really suits you. Now come on, who's gonna step up next? Momo, the everything hero. I'm Creati, Midnight, creative, Shoto, Midnight, just your name? Is that it? Shoto, Tokoemi, jet black hero, Tsukuyami, Midnight, god of the night, Mineta, I'm the fresh-picked hero, grape juice, Midnight, very kitschy. Koda held up a sign that said petting hero, Anima, Midnight, yep. All about it, Katsuki, king explosion murder, Night, did he just say? The knocked, yeah? Midnight, I'm gonna say that one's a little too violent, Katsuki, what do you mean? Kirishima, why don't you be explosion boy? Katsuki, you shut up, weird hair. Why don't we go outside to show you why murder should be in my name? Achiko, okay. My turn. This is the name I thought of, Uravity, Midnight, I just love that. To be honest, choosing names is going faster than I thought it would. All we have left is young Bakugo, who needs to rethink his, and Ida. Oh yes, and Midoriya too, Ida, no. I'm still. He decided to go with his first name. Midnight, you're using your real name too? Izuku, what to choose? Eri Papa. Look what I drew. Eri gave Izuku a drawing she made. Izuku, that's it. Izuku pat Eri on the head. Izuku, thank you, Eri. Izuku wrote down his hero name. Midnight, well, Midoriya, are you ready? Izuku, oh. Yes. This is it. It has to be. Izuku showed his name. Izuku, the multi-hero. My hero name is Omega. Meanwhile, Cementos, offers for the first years are still coming in. Looks here. Almight, who's that one for? Cementos, it's for Midoriya. Almight, really? Who's after him? He then squints. Almight, what? Are you kidding me? Time skip. Aizawa, now that everyone's decided on their hero names, we can go back to talking about your upcoming internships. They'll last for 1 week. As for who you'll be working with, those of you who are on the board will choose from among your offers, everyone else will have a different list. You have a lot to think about. There are around 40 agencies across the country who've agreed to take on interns from your class. Each agency has a different specialty that its heroes focus on. Keep that in mind. Midnight, imagine that you were 13. You'd want to choose a place that focuses on rescuing people, not fighting villains. Understand? Aizawa, think carefully before you decide. Students, yes sir. Later, Mina, so guys, have you decided what pro agency you want to go for? Mineta, empty lady's my top choice. Night, is he thinking something perverted? Izuku, probably. Ojiro, Ashido, you made it pretty far in the tournament. It's weird you didn't get any offers. Mina, I know. Achiko, hey Deku, who's on your list? Izuku, der Urialatov hero swal takim softer luken gup their specialty asan splitting theme into groups I can start narrowing mutter. Translation, there are a lot of heroes who'll take me, so after looking up their specialties and splitting them into groups, I can start narrowing mutter. Achiko, Mineta, Ojiro, and Mina, there he goes again. Night, damn. He talks fast. The knocked, you'll get used to it. Izuku, huh? Oh. Sorry, what did you guys say? Tsu, you're really thinking hard about this, aren't you? Achiko, it'll all work out. I've settled on my pick. Mina, already? Ojiro, what agency? Achiko, the one that the battle hero, Gunhead, runs. Izuku, huh? Gunhead's a big brawler, though. Are you sure that's where you wanna intern Uraraka? Achiko, yup. He sent me an offer. Izuku, whoa, really? But I thought you were trying to be a hero kinda like 13, more into rescuing than fighting. Achiko, ultimately, that's the plan. But I've been thinking ever since the festival. Well, at least since I faced off against Bakugo. The stronger I am, the more possibilities I'll have. Plus, learning from a battle hero will give me a different perspective. Right, Izuku, yeah, totally. Later after school, Achiko, hey Deku. Wanna walk together? Izuku, sure. Achiko, Ida, come with. He had already left. Izuku, I bet he already decided where he wants to go. Probably turning his forms in right now. Izuku opened the door and All Might appeared right in front of him. All Might, ha. I am here in a bizarre position. Izuku, yeah, what's that about, and why are you in such a hurry? All Might, come with me ASEC. Izuku, sure. Okay. Izuku and All Might left and went out in the empty hallways. All Might, I'll get straight to the point. You've received an offer from a hero who'd like to take you on. Izuku, wait, seriously? Who? All Might, yes. The hero's name is Gran Torino. He taught at this school back in my day, but only for 1 year. In fact, the man was my homeroom teacher. Izuku, whoa, Knight, is it just me, or is All Might sweating bullets? The knocked, now that you mention it, yeah? All Might, he knows about One for All, as well. Actually, I suspect that's the reason he asked for you. Izuku, this guy sounds totally awesome. Wait. So he knows how your quirk works too. But how? All Might, Gran Torino was the sworn friend of my predecessor. He retired a long time ago, so I forget to count him among the people who know. All Might starts to shake a lot. All Might, I asked this because I wrote about you in the letter I sent him? Or did he watch the festival and think that my teaching was inadequate? If he went so far as to use his old hero name when making the offer, it's scary. Too scary. Damn it, legs, stop shaking. Izuku, are you guys seeing this? All Might is seriously freaking out right now. The knocked, we see it, alright? Knight, it's honestly a sight to behold. All Might, anyway, it is my duty to train you. But since you got us an offer, you should work with him this week if that's what your heart says. Anyway, here's the address. Izuku, just how scary is this guy? Time skip. Eri, please, Papa. Take me with you. Izuku, I'm sorry, Eri. I have to go. And I can't bring you along. Don't worry. I promise you I'll be back. Eri, pinky promise? Izuku, pinky promise. Izuku then left. At the train station, Aizawa, everyone has their costumes, right? Remember, you don't have permission to wear them out in public yet, and don't lose them or anything. Mina, gotcha. Aizawa, speak properly. It's... Yes, sir. Ashido, Mina, yes, sir. Aizawa, make sure you mind your manners during your internships. Now get to it. Students, yes, sir. With that, they all left. Time skip. Izuku has arrived at Gran Torino's place. It was pretty run down. He then enters and sees Gran Torino's corpse on the floor. Blood. All around. Izuku, holy WHOA, he's dead. Gran Torino's head shot up. Gran Torino, I'm alive. Izuku, he's alive. Phew, starting internships. Gran Torino, whoopsie. I was carrying a nice plate of sausages covered in ketchup when I accidentally tripped and fell down. Clumsy me. Izuku, okay, that's a little weird. The knocked, you think? Gran Torino, now who did you say you were? Izuku, I'm Izuku Midoriya. From UA High School. Gran Torino, you're who now? Izuku, I'm Izuku Midoriya. Gran Torino, so, what's your name, boy? The knocked, oh great. He was All Might's teacher, so he was obviously old, but senile. Gran Torino fell down. Gran Torino, I could really use some food. Izuku, some food? Gran Torino, Tashinori? Knight, the knocked? The knocked, yeah? Knight, who's Tashinori? The knocked, no clue. Izuku, Midoriya. Gran Torino just stares at him with an open mouth. Izuku, excuse me. I just need to make a phone call. I should probably let All Might know the state he's in. He's not fit to mentor. Knight, while you're at it, find out who Tashinori is. They then heard the sound of Izuku's case opening. Izuku, Hey, wait, that's my stuff. Gran Torino, why don't you fire off a one for all smash at me? Knight, wait, what? Gran Torino, I want to know how far you've come in terms of handling its power. Izuku, is this even the same guy as before? The knocked, hard to say. Gran Torino, this is a pretty good costume. Now where's that attack? Izuku, but sir. Gran Torino, hey, what are you doing here? Izuku, the knocked, and Knight, what the heck is with this guy? Izuku, I'm here because I need to learn how to control One for All. I have to get better at it, and fast. I'm also here because I don't know if All Might has much time left. I'm sorry. But I can't waste my whole week messing around like this, sir. I hope you'll excuse me. He starts to leave, but Gran Torino, as I thought. Izuku stops. Gran Torino then gets up and shoots off like a rocket, and bounces all over the place until he is right above the door. Knight, holy cow! He's faster than Sly. Gran Torino, it's time for you to show me what you can do, you newbie. I watched the UA Sports Festival on television. The way you used your power was odd. He's not training you well. He may be the symbol of peace and the #1 hero, but All Might's a total novice when it comes to teaching. I can only imagine what a blunder he is in the classroom. Izuku, hey, All Might called us newbies too. And he has two sides, sometimes playing dumb. This really is his teacher. Gran Torino, I can't stand to watch you use your quirk that way, so I suppose I'll have to teach you. Now, hurry and get your costume on. Izuku, I'm ready. Teach me everything. When Izuku went to get his costume, he saw that it was changed a lot. Izuku, I can't believe the support crew changed stuff around without asking me. Vinoct, after seeing Hatsum at work, I'm not surprised. Knight, whatever the case, we might as well test out your new hero costume. Izuku, alright. Let's get started. Gran Torino, show me a smash. Izuku, you're sure this is a good idea? I'm kinda worried since I've never used this suit before. Plus, this place is small. And if I accidentally fired a smash at 100% then, your body wouldn't be able to handle it. Gran Torino, good grief, kid. A chatterbox, aren't ya? He then uses his quirk and bounces all over the place. Gran Torino, I'm losing patience. He appeared behind Izuku and kicked him in the back. Izuku, okay, that really hurt. He kept on bouncing around. He then landed on his microwave and destroyed it. Gran Torino, what? You didn't realize my true strength earlier? I can't believe you're the 9th holder of this great power. Almight's hardly taught you anything. Guess all that fame doesn't translate into being a good mentor. He launches himself behind Izuku and hits him in the back again, and continues to bounce around. Izuku, he's too fast. How does his quirk work? He gets hit in the back again. Izuku, come on, think. There's no place for me to hide, and he's not giving me any openings. Using the crystal heart takes me 0.8 seconds to charge up. Not fast enough, and it will be cancelled when I collide with a wall rather than jump off it. It's no use trying to figure out where he is. I need to stop him from moving somehow. He gets ready to charge up one for all into his right arm. Izuku, imagine the egg in the microwave, not exploding. Knight, he's joking, right? Vinoct, sadly, no. Izuku, he's passed behind me twice. That means Gran Torino was about to attack him in the back, but he turned around in time with his fist ready to strike. Gran Torino, clever analysis, newbie. Izuku, smash. Gran Torino dodges it though. Gran Torino, nice try. But you're a little stiff. And there's discord within your mind. He grabs Izuku by the face. Gran Torino, that's why I bested you. Izuku, crap. I thought for sure I was gonna land that punch. Gran Torino, listen to me. The way you used one for all in the tournament showed that you're adjusting to the quirk. You understand its fundamentals. But your admiration for All Might and sense of loyalties to him are shackles on you. Izuku, shackles? But how? Gran Torino, it's true that you need to get stronger, and quickly. Time waits for no man. Real villains don't care if you've reached your full potential yet. And you think one for all is more special than it really is. Izuku, then what should I do? Gran Torino, think about that on your own time. Meanwhile, I'll go buy us some grub. Clean this place up while I'm gone. Izuku, my admiration for All Might is a shackle? Meanwhile with Stain, now I get it. You must be the ones who attacked you, eh? And you want to recruit me to build up your little group again. Tamura, yeah? It'll be great, you've got so much experience. Stain, and what's your mission? Tamura, for now? I really just want to kill All Might. I like to destroy anything that pisses me off. Like this brat here. He shows Stain a picture of Izuku. Tamura, game over. Stain grits his teeth. Stain, hell no. I will never join the likes of you. Especially if you want to kill him. You're the type of person I hate most in this world. The goals of your league are those of a child. What meaning is there to killing if you don't have real convictions? Kurojiri, the hero killer, Stain. Tamura Shigaraki cares only about wanton violence, so we brought this man in to guide him. Perhaps we made a mistake. Stain drew his blade. Kurojiri, master. Should I step in? All for one, let it happen. It's possible this is the only way he'll learn anything. He needs to think about the ways he must grow. How he can mature. Only then will he reach his potential. Time skip back to Gran Torino's. Izuku, my admiration for All Might is a shackle. I understand the fundamentals, but there's discord in my mind. I believe one for all is more special than it is. Is that what's making my movements stiff? What does he mean by that? Okay, look at all this in a different way. What makes a movement flexible? That's it. He takes out his notebook and starts writing in it. Knight, where did that notebook come from? Vinoct, the less you ask, the better. Izuku, how I think about it. One for all, those big smashes are like my special moves. but I saw him use it up close. Why didn't I notice then? Quirks are just extensions of our bodies. So then I need to start thinking of one for all as being part of me. That's it. I get it. Little did they know that Gran Torino was eavesdropping on them. Gran Torino, well, at least he's mentally adept and forward-thinking. For a kid. But I already knew that from the festival. You found a good one, huh, Tashinori? Or should I say Almight? Time skip. Gran Torino, zzz. I'm snoring. Izuku, night, and the knocked, good grief. Izuku, the first day of training down, and all he did was test me once. No actual hero work or field training. He just passed out after coming back with food. Gran Torino, I didn't get any hits when I searched for that name. A UA teacher for just 1 year. He's one big mystery. He leaves the building. Izuku, I need to change the way I think about one for all. It's part of me. My classmates use their quirks as if it's completely natural. But I still think of mine as something I have to call upon. If I could use even 5% of my power like it was nothing, I'd be able to move like Kaken without the need for my flight. Mr. Aizawa and Kirishima said the same thing. If I can just master my quirk, I'll be able to do a lot more than I can now. But first, I need to be able to use it instantly. He looks above an alleyway. Izuku, all right. I'll try this out. 5% should be enough here. 1, 2, 3, the roof. That shouldn't be too hard, right? He crouches and charges one for all into his legs. Izuku, imagine the egg not exploding in the microwave. He jumps and ends up with a face full of wall. Izuku, I was afraid that would happen. He falls down onto the trash bags. Knight, should have used the mantis claws. The knocked, you don't get it, do you? Knight, what do you mean? The knocked, the whole point of this is to only use one for all to get better control over it. Using the mantis claw would defeat the purpose. Izuku, I need to brace myself and use my arms to cushion the impact. Which means, for the second jump, I need to put power into both my arms and legs. But if I don't do it quickly enough, then I'll end up breaking my bones in the fall. I can't take the time to visualize the result like I normally do. But I have to try it. He gets up and tries again. He fails. He does this for the entire night. The next day, Gran Torino, good morning. What's wrong? You look beat. Izuku, well, I was training on my own yesterday and went too far. I tried to take everything you said to me and put it into practice, but it was no good. Heh. Obviously, I still have a long way to go. Gran Torino, it's your first time trying, so it's to be expected. That's how training works. Of course, I suppose All Might can't wrap his mind around that. He was pretty much able to use one for all right off the bat, so I taught him in a very different manner. Course he had the body going for him, so there's that. Izuku, whoa, All Might as a student, huh? Come on, what was he like back then? Gran Torino, it was all combat training for him. Izuku, no wonder All Might was so scared of this guy. Gran Torino, the training was difficult, but I couldn't hold back on him. He was entrusted to me by a sworn friend who had just passed away. Izuku, oh, All Might's predecessor? So, can you tell me anything about the guy? Gran Torino, huh? The doorbell then rang. Delivery man, package for you. Izuku, I'll take care of it for you. Gran Torino, so you haven't told him about the 7th holder yet, Tashinori? Izuku came back. Inside the package was a new microwave. Izuku, a microwave? Gran Torino, yeah, for some reason, mine broke yesterday. So I bought a new one. Knight, I can't even tell if he's being serious or if he's just acting senile. The knocked, I wouldn't be surprised if he's just acting senile. Gran Torino, so what do you think? How about we eat some of that frozen food I bought? It'll be good, Izuku, but the only thing you bought was dessert. Gran Torino, what can I say? I like the finer things in life. And so, Izuku got the food and put it in the microwave. Izuku, using my quirk needs to be as easy as taking a breath. Thinking about it objectively, everyone else has had 15 years to get into that kind of mindset. But not for me, and time waits for no one. At this rate, in order to draw out more than 5% of my power, I'll need to put in the kind of commitment I did on the beach. The microwave then finished heating up the pastries. Gran Torino, oh yeah, look at these delicious babies. Come and get 'em while they're steamin'. Izuku, my time is limited. What do I focus on? Gran Torino, why the long face, boy? Just focus on these pippin' hot pastries for now. but when he bit into one, Gran Torino, still frozen. Izuku, what? I'm positive that I microwaved them like it said to. Gran Torino, what are you, an idiot? You stuck a huge plate in there, didn't you? If you do that, there's no room for it to turn. So only one part of it gets hot. Have you never done this before? Izuku, oh, ours isn't the turning type, so no, I guess not. I'm sorry that I've got it. Whoa, Gran Torino. I see now. The frozen pastry in my hand is me, the Nacht and Night. Gran Torino, no, it's not. Are you okay? Izuku, no, I don't mean literally. I'm not really a dessert. But I get it. Up until now, I've just been summoning one for all. Only when I really need it. In the places I need it. Like flipping on some kind of switch. But if I do that, my reaction time gets slower and slower with every move. Which means I shouldn't be flipping the switch off. I just have to leave the power on the whole time. Imagining the energy that used to be focused in one place, spreading throughout my entire body. Gran Torino. Didn't take him long to figure that out. Good. Izuku, I need one for all's power surging through all of me, continuously. The 5% that I can use. Green lightning started to spark around him. Gran Torino, visualizing a pastry in a microwave is pretty boring. Kid, you sure you're okay with that? Izuku, Almight said that about my last visualization, and it was fine by me. Gran Torino, so tell me, can you move in this state? Izuku, I'm not sure. Gran Torino smirks. Gran Torino, wanna give it a try? Izuku, yes. Let's do this. Hosu attack. Gran Torino, that's it. Keep one for all flowing throughout your entire body. If you can move around while maintaining this, then you'll be on a completely different level than you were at the sports festival. So, kid, think you can handle it? He starts a timer. Gran Torino, you'll have 3 minutes to land a smash on me. He takes off, and while able to kick Izuku in the face. Izuku, crap. He's fast. Gran Torino, pathetic. If you can't even hold your own against an old man. He launches himself behind Izuku. Gran Torino, how will you protect those who are in need? Izuku tries to hit him, but fails and gets hit in the head. Gran Torino, someone praised by the symbol of peace himself should be able to complete this challenge easily. No sweat. Izuku tries to power up but gets hit and loses his charge. Izuku, I need some time to get it going through my body again. A single hit from him doesn't pack much power, but he's too fast for me to follow with my eyes. Come on. I just need a few seconds. There, he dives under a couch. Gran Torino, don't be stupid. I can still see you. If you're trying to buy time, it won't work. He launches himself towards the couch. Izuku, a biz shriek. He launched the couch at Gran Torino, which gave him enough time to charge up one for all. Izuku, now's my chance. Gran Torino, so you were just trying to keep me off you for a bit. Now that was a good idea. And that abyss shriek, as you called it, I'm guessing it came from the spirit after the sports festival. Who knows what else it's capable of? Izuku launches himself up to Gran Torino. He swiped his hand at Gran Torino but he dodges it. Gran Torino, almost. He got behind Izuku and launched himself at him. Gran Torino, you already tried to counter like this once before. Remember, kid? Izuku then jumped before Gran Torino could hit him. Izuku, descending dark. Gran Torino narrowly avoids it. He almost got hit by the aftershock, but he jumped to a wall and tackled him. Gran Torino, your time's up. Izuku, man. It's hard to keep it going like that. I guess I still have a lot of work to do. Gran Torino, nice work. You managed to attack me while I had my guard down, thanks to your analysis. You must spend a lot of time thinking about strategy and how to fight. On top of that, you only absorbed that other soul about a week ago, and you're already able to do some amazing things with it. You've already grown since yesterday, and this was just our first go at using one for all this way. He grabs his hand. Turns out, the descending dark spell did manage to hit him slightly. Gran Torino, it's been a long time since I've had to seriously dodge an attack. This kid is turning out to be a real beast. Alright, no time to rest. Let's keep training. Izuku, yeah. Please. What's next, sir? Gran Torino, something very important. We haven't had breakfast yet. Izuku, huh? Oh, you're right, Gran Torino. So why don't you go and heat up those pastries again? He then sees them on the floor. Gran Torino, they're all ruined. Izuku, don't worry, I'll go buy some more. Meanwhile, Stain, so you want me to be a part of your crumbling little league? But you won't accomplish anything if you don't have conviction and desire. Without those, you'll always be an aimless weakling, achieving nothing. That's how you got here. Stain's swords were ready to cut Tamura's head off. Tamura, hey now. You're being a little rough, aren't you? Kurogiri, take this guy back. Kurogiri, I'm sorry. I can't move. It must be the hero killer's quirk at work. Stain, the word, hero, has lost all meaning in this society. The world is overrun by fake and criminals like you who chase petty dreams. They must all be purged. He was about to cut off Tamura's head, but then he grabs it. Tamura, what do you think you're doing? If you touch this palm, the sword began to crack. Tamura, I'll kill you. You sure talk a lot. Hero killer. Conviction? Maybe I don't have anything as loaded as that. The sword he grabbed then turns to dust. Tamura, if I had to choose a desire though, yeah, it'd be killing Almight. If this world wants to worship trash like him, I'll destroy their beloved symbol of peace, and then crush them while they're in shock. Tamura tried to grab Stain, but he jumped back. Tamura then gets up. Tamura, the last of my injuries was finally about to finish healing, and now this. You should learn not to play with knives. We don't have a healer in our party, you know. Stain, I see your nature. It seems our goals fundamentally oppose each other. However, this wasn't in vain. We agree that we need to destroy the present. Tamura, I'm over this. Leave, drop dead. I'm the kind of person you hate most, right? Stain, I was testing your motives. People always show their true colors when on the verge of death. It's abnormal, but there is desire, a warped sprout of conviction, inside of you. How will it bloom in the end, I wonder? Maybe I'll let you grow. If you don't turn out well, I'll take care of you later. Tamura, you think you can get rid of me? Kurogiri, I can move again. Tamura, Kurogiri, someone as crazy as this would be nothing but a problem for the League of Villains. Kurogiri, please reconsider. This man will be a great asset if he joins us. I'd say this was a success. Stain, my business is done here. Now you will return me to Hosu. I have a mission to uphold. Time skip. Izuku, gotta keep the 5% going and attack. He tried to hit Gran Torino but got kicked in the face. Gran Torino, we should switch up the training. If you get too used to fighting against my distinct tactics, you might develop some weird habits. Izuku, what habits? I'm just trying to keep up with you right now. Please, let me fight more. Gran Torino, no, we're done here. Change into your costume, boy. It's time for phase 2. Izuku, huh? And so, Izuku changes into his hero outfit and meets Gran Torino outside. Gran Torino, hope you're ready. We're going out to fight some villains. Izuku, huh? What, just like that? Gran Torino, if you only fight against me, you'll be in trouble when you come across someone who's the complete opposite. Knight, so young and slow? Gran Torino, the key is to let you get experience with different types of villains and situations. This is an internship, after all. You really shouldn't be surprised by this. Izuku, I get what you're saying, and I totally agree. But I still think I need more time to prepare myself. Gran Torino, from what I heard, when you absorbed that Vinox spirit, you were able to take down dozens of villains on your own. You'll be just fine. We aren't gonna go after anyone that big. He calls a taxi. Gran Torino, and it won't do us any good hanging around here. Because of the small population in this area, the crime rate is pretty low. That's why so many hero agencies are in urban areas. There's a lot more crime there. The higher the population density, the more trouble you'll find. Now, in Shibuya, we'll have plenty of small fights to break up, I guarantee. Izuku, wait, you mean we're going to Shibuya in Tokyo? I'm not so sure my hero costume is good enough. Gran Torino, are you kidding? I'd love a scarf like yours. Besides, it'll show everyone you're a hero. You should be happy you get to display it in such a bright spotlight. Izuku, hold on. Are we going to be taking the bullet train toward Shinjuku? Gran Torino, yup. Vinox, we'll pass Hosa City. Knight, wonder how Ida's doing. Izuku, I'll try to message him later. Time skip. Izuku, so this train isn't gonna get there until pretty late. Are you sure that's okay? Gran Torino, that's why I picked it. There'll be more skirmishes then, so it'll be much more fun. Izuku, maybe we just have different ideas about what fun is. He brings out his phone. Gran Torino, you kids these days. You're constantly buried in your cell phones. Izuku, he read the message but didn't reply. I don't think Ida has ever waited more than 3 minutes to respond to something before. We're almost at Hosa Station. Passenger. Hey, did you see that? A building exploded. Knight. I think it might be that guy that I flipped off. The knocked. You gave someone the middle finger? Knight, yes. I think that changed his personality a little. The knocked. Don't tell me. It was Bakugo, wasn't it? Knight, yup. Gran Torino. What's the ruckus? Izuku, some kind of fire? The train then made an emergency stop and a Nomu broken with a hero struggling against it. Knight, okay. What the buck is that thing? The knocked. Another Nomu? Gran Torino. I want you to stay back, you hear me? Gran Torino then kicks the Nomu out of the train and into a building. Izuku. Gran Torino. The knocked. Izuku. Look. Izuku saw a large portion of Hosa look to be on fire. Knight, what in the name of the abyss is going on here? Meanwhile, Ida, couldn't be this is different. That murderer wouldn't be so flashy. Eventually, he stopped and looked at an alleyway. There, he saw Stain. He ran into the alleyway. Stain, that idiot's making a move. And he's so noisy. I'll have to get rid of him later. But for now I have important work to finish here. He was holding the hero known as Native by his face. Native, muffled my body, I can't move. You bastard. I'll kill you. Stain, if you call yourself a hero, you should choose your last words with care. Ida then comes in to kick Stain, but he knocks his helmet off and sends him back. Stain, a child wearing a suit. Who are you? Run away from here. This is not a place for children. Ida, you're carrying blades all over your body. And you're wearing a blood-red scarf. You must be the hero killer Stain. It's you, right? I've been looking for you, but I didn't find you so soon. I am. He brings his blade close to his face. Stain, your eyes are searing with vengeance. Be careful what you say next. If need be, even someone your age can be my target. Ida, are you saying that I'm not even a threat to you? You listen to me, criminal. I am the brother of an incredible hero who you attacked. He's the best older brother that anyone could hope for. I have come to stop you because he can't anymore. You're going to remember my name for as long as you live. I am Ingenium, and I will defeat you. That I promise. Stain, so that's Ingenium's little brother. Perfect. Now all I have to do is make it seem like I'm trying to kill him to draw his friend over here. Then, so be it. Die, Stain's best friend. Train conductor, everyone, please. Remain calm. Return to your seats. The villain is no longer here. More heroes will arrive soon, I'm sure. Izuku, keep them calm. I'm going after him. Izuku jumps out of the train and starts running. Train conductor, hey, are you nuts? It's way too dangerous out there. Izuku ignored him and kept running. Izuku, he looked different, but there can't be that many people with wild eyes and brains spilling out. Maybe Noma's brother. The knocked doesn't matter. It's time to put all that training to the test. Izuku, right. One for all, full cowling. He jumps off the roof. Izuku, I've totally got this. Gran Torino. Please be okay. Knight, shouldn't we fly around? The knocked, not necessarily. If we fly around, we'll have to look incredibly close since there's no telling how far down Gran Torino is. This way, it will be easier to spot him. Meanwhile with Gran Torino just saved a couple of people from the Nomu that he attacked. Gran Torino, I haven't fought this earnestly in years. Picked a fine time to patrol. That's right. Bring it on, ugly. The Nomu tried to punch him but he dodged it. Gran Torino, he's fast. But not faster than me. The Nomu then tried to attack a couple of civilians. Gran Torino launched himself at the Nomu. Gran Torino, stop it, you stupid beast. But before he could reach the Nomu, it was engulfed in flames. Endeavor. I was looking for the elusive hero killer, but this thing will have to do. Thanks, old-timer. I'm afraid I don't know you, but I can handle this from here on out. Gran Torino, it's you. Man, whoa, look. Woman, why is he in Hosa? Endeavor, isn't it obvious? I came because I'm a hero. With Izuku. Izuku was running through the large crowd of people running away. Izuku, they're probably at the center of this craziness. I don't get it. Why did that guy look like Nomu? If he's got insane power like the one Almight fought at the USJ, this could be really bad. It won't just be Gran Torino in trouble, but the entire city. That includes Ida. He's interning here. Manuel, Tenya. Izuku stops running. Manuel, where are you, Tenya? Izuku started to run to where Manuel was when a car exploded. There, he saw another Tunoma. Knight. How many of these abominations are there? I'm not sure what's creepier. Nosk, these things, or Grey Prince Zote. A hero ripped off a fire hydrant. Hero, Manuel. Stop the fire, Manuel, yeah? Got it. Why'd you run off by yourself? Where the hell are you, Tenya? Damn it, Izuku, wait, he went off alone? Despite what's happening, the knocked, Knight, what do you mean? Oh, the knocked, Knight Izuku. Ingenium was attacked here in Hosa by the hero killer, Stain, right? Knight, wait. Don't tell me, Izuku, crap. That's probably the most likely explanation. Izuku runs off to try and find Ida. With Ida and Stain, Ida uses his quirk and tries to kick Stain. Ida, for Tensei. Stain dodged it though. Stain, I have to act like I didn't know Ingenium has a brother. Ingenium. So you're brothers. I let him live so he could spread the good word. Word of me. He tries to kick him, but he made sure to do it at a slow enough pace for Ida to dodge it. Stain, you're a weakling. Just like he was, Stain noticed that Ida cut his leg on a rock trying to dodge Stain's attack. Stain, you aren't heroes. You have no right to be called that. Both of you are nothing but fakes. Ida, shut up, villain. You damaged his spine and paralyzed him from the waist down. He's never gonna be able to work as a pro hero again. My brother was incredible. A caring person who saved many lives. Someone people looked up to. You had no right to take all that away from him. He is my hero. My older brother inspired my dream that one day I could be a pro too. I won't forgive you. I'll kill you, Stain. Shouldn't you be worried about saving Native, over there? So busy with your grudge against me, you forgot about him. You plan on using your quirk only for yourself. You're completely blinded by a selfish desire for revenge. You're about as far away from being a hero as I can imagine. A drop of Ida's blood from the rock he cut himself on falls on his sword. Stain, and that's why you'll die tonight. He then swallows the blood and Ida was rendered immobile. Ida, my body won't move. Stain brings his sword up. Stain, goodbye, child. May your death bring about a better world. Ida, no, please. Not like this. Say whatever you want about me. You're still just a criminal who hurt my brother. And then, Ida Midoriya? How? Izuku, don't you worry, Ida. I'm going to save you. Stain, it's him. He couldn't have come at a more perfect time. Ida, you found him too? But how? Izuku, I saw it on TV. They had some stats about the hero killer. Most of his victims were found where there weren't many people. So, in order to find you, I needed to search far away from the panic. In the back alleys of Hosa City. Let's go. Back toward the street. We have to get help from the pros. Ida, I can't move my body. It must be his quirk. I don't know how, but he paralyzed me. Izuku, that's the kind of quirk people said the hero killer might have. Izuku then notices Native. Izuku, there's someone else. If it had just been Ida, I could have carried him away myself. Ida, Midoriya, please. Don't get involved. This doesn't have anything to do with you. Izuku, Ida, what are you saying? Stain, you showed up to save your friend's life. You even made a big entrance. But I have a mission. And now that you're here, I can finally complete it. Ida and Izuku, what? Now that I'm here? Stain, let me get one thing perfectly clear first, however. Stain points at Ida. Stain, your brother is still able to work as a pro. Ida and Izuku's eyes widened. Ida, what do you mean? You, Stain, I think you got the story a little mixed up. The news said that I broke his legs. Not disabled them. And even then, I didn't hurt him at all. He faked it. Ida faked it? Stain, your brother is a true hero. When I encountered him, I made a deal with him. Ida, there's no way that my brother would work with a villain like you. Stain, I wouldn't call it us working together. It was more like a temporary truce. He was the only true hero in Hosu. So he was the only one I could trust. I needed his help to lure out your friend here. So we made a deal. He fakes breaking his legs because of me so that you would come after me and your friend would swoop in and rescue you so I could get his help. In exchange, I promised him not to hurt you. Ida's eyes widened. Stain, in case you haven't noticed, I was only pretending to try and hurt you. If I wanted to, you would be a lot more injured than you are now. While what I did to Native was real, The only injury you sustained from our fight was from cutting yourself on that sharp rock. Ida, but why do you want Midoriya? Izuku, I want to know too. Stain, because I need your help to save my friend. Izuku, who is this friend of yours? Stain, hehehe. Why don't you meet him in person? Hey! Come on over here. A figure then dropped down and kicked up some dust. When the dust cleared, Izuku and Ida's eyes widened in shock. Night and Vinact. And no way. Stain, do you understand now? I need you to absorb him because it won't be long before he starts to lose his mind. I was able to prolong the event by giving him special medications, but I'm all out of them. That's why I needed you. You're the only one that can save both him and the innocent civilians that could get hurt by him if he goes berserk. Please, Izuku, but you do know what will happen to him, right? Stain, I know. I talked about this with him. But knowing that he'll be okay. Even if I'm unable to see him again, I'll be happy to know he's doing alright. The spirit there started to shut his eyes and looked like he was in pain. Stain, the medication's wearing off. It's now or never. Izuku, right. Izuku ran to the spirit and placed his hand on his head, and a bright flash of light appeared. When the light died down, Izuku had absorbed the spirit. Stain, goodbye my friend. Izuku Vinact. Night. Is he there? You don't have to worry about me. I'm alright in here. Night, welcome back. Night, Tanjiro. As for Izuku, he now had a scar on his forehead. The same one that Tanjiro has. Along with the sword. 7. Stain, thank you. What's your hero name? Izuku, I'm Omega. Stain, Omega, huh? How fitting. Can you do me a favor? Izuku, what is it? Stain drew his sword. Stain, I want to have one last sword fight. Show me what you can do with your new abilities. Don't worry. I won't kill you. I simply want a friendly duel with you so I can feel like I'm fighting my friend one last time. Will you please allow me that? Tanjiro, I say we do it. He just wants one more sword fight with me. It would be nice to do so. Izuku, alright. But if I knock you out, you know what will happen, right? Stain, I do. And frankly, I don't care. If doing this means my last day of freedom, I will gladly go for it. Izuku, alright then. Izuku draws his sword. Izuku, let's see what my new abilities can do. Izuku versus Stain and Stain's resolve. Izuku and Stain clashed their swords before jumping back. Izuku then took a deep breath. Izuku, sun breathing. First form dance. Stain was barely able to block it but was sent flying back. Izuku used Vinac's scarf to slingshot himself towards Stain. Stain, impressive. Izuku, sun breathing. 8th form. Sunflower thrust. He was able to shatter one of Stain's swords. Stain, you've inherited Tanjiro's skills. He rushed at Izuku and continuously clashed with Izuku with 2 spare swords. Izuku, Shade Soul. Izuku managed to blast Stain back a bit before he started spinning around with his nail in water. Izuku, water breathing. 6th form. Izuku, Whirlpool. He clashed his blade with Stain and was pushing him back again. Stain, this is different from Tanjiro's fighting style. I have to remember who I'm fighting. Izuku stopped spinning around and jumped back before unleashing another Shade Soul, which Stain dodged. Izuku, Octo Snake. He sent his dragon scarf at Stain and he tried his best to block them all, but there was only so much he could do with all those consecutive attacks. He got hit about 3 times before rushing at Izuku again. But Izuku flew up and dodged it. He then launched himself with his dragon scarf at Stain again. Izuku, sun breathing. 2nd form. Stain brought up his swords to defend himself. Izuku, clear blue sky. He managed to break another one of Stain's swords before jumping back. Ida, just how many spirits are there? And what can they do? Stain tried to slash Izuku with his sword, but Izuku dodged it. He then used a Shade Soul and basted Stain into a wall. Stain, you're good, Omega. Really good. Izuku, thanks Stain. Stain, I heard about how there are other spirits within you. How many other than Tanjiro? Ida, Tanjiro? Izuku, besides him, there's 2. Vinact and Night. Stain, interesting. I've heard from him that there were many more. I wonder how you'll manage to find them. Whatever happens, you are without a doubt going to be a force to be reckoned with. Now, he took a deep breath. Stain, water breathing. 2nd form. Izuku, he can use water breathing too? Tanjiro, yeah? I taught him how. Night, why? Tanjiro, I thought it was nice to do so. Vinact and Night, of course you did. Stain, water wheel. Izuku, water breathing. First form. Izuku, water surface slash. Both attacks collided and cancelled each other out. Stain flew back a bit to cover some distance. Stain, I have to admit, you're a natural. It took me 2.5 years to master that form, and Tanjiro took 2 years. Izuku, I guess having Tanjiro's spirit reside within me helps. Stain, that makes sense. I think it's time we end this. Izuku, right. Stain, water breathing. 10th form. Izuku activated one for all. Izuku, sun breathing. 9th form. Stain, constant flux. Izuku, sun halo dragon head dance. Both attacks collided and they struggled for a little bit before Izuku's attack broke through and shattered Stain's sword, leaving only one spare sword he had left. But he never got a chance to use it as Stain was sent tumbling into the ground before Izuku got right in front of him and punched him with one for all and knocked him out. Izuku, it's over. Ida then was able to move again. Ida, hey. I can move again. Izuku, are you okay, Ida? Ida, yes. I would like to apologize for what I did. Izuku, it's okay. It's all in the past now. We need to tie Stain up now. They tied Stain up in some rope they found in the dumpster. Native was then able to move again and they left the alleyway. Native, what was that talk about spirits? And who was that guy? Your twin? Izuku, it's a long and weird story that you wouldn't believe. Native, I saw you absorb that guy. I don't know what I should or shouldn't believe at this point. Izuku, you and me both. Then, Gran Torino, what are you doing here, boy? Izuku, Gran Torino. I was only. He got kicked in the face. Gran Torino, I thought I told you to stay on the bullet train. Ida, is this the person you interned with? Izuku, yeah? His name is Gran Torino. I don't get it. How'd you find us? Gran Torino, I was told to come here by someone else. I have no idea what's going on, but I'm glad you're not dead, at least. But you clearly ended up with a scar. Izuku, about that actually, I'll explain later in private. Then, a bunch of heroes came in and saw Izuku and the others, including the hero killer. After some commotion, Izuku, hey guys? Do you smell that? Gran Torino, huh? Smell what? I don't smell a thing. Izuku, really? 'Cause I'm smelling something like a corpse or something. Ida, what? Izuku, and the scent is getting closer and closer. It's like. Gran Torino then noticed something coming. The winged Noma. Gran Torino, get down! Izuku was then grabbed by the Noma. Its talons grabbed Izuku while its hands took hold of his scarf so he couldn't use it. Izuku, hey! Let go! Gran Torino, shoot! If he takes him too high, I won't be able to reach him with my quirk. But then Stain regained consciousness and brought out a hidden dagger up his sleeve and cut himself free. He then blasted off with incredible speed. Stain, kid! Don't worry. I'll save you. He jumped up very high. Stain, water breathing. 8th form. Stain, waterfall basin. He sliced the Nomu in half and grabbed Izuku and landed safely. Stain, everything that I do is to create a stronger society. Tamura and Kurojiri were watching this. Tamura, hey, what the hell? This is no fair. Why'd he have to go and kill that Nomu? And why is that brat here? I'm so mad, I don't even know what to say. This is a mess. Why do things never go the way I want them to? Stain, are you alright? Izuku nodded. Stain, good. He then looked and saw that Endeavor was there. Stain, Endeavor. Endeavor got ready to fire at Stain. Endeavor, hero killer. Gran Torino, wait, Todoroki. Don't fire. Stain, you false hero. He was exerting a terrifying aura. Stain, I'll make this right. These streets must run with the blood of hypocrites. Hero. I will reclaim that word. Come on. Just try and stop me, you fakes. There is only one man who I'll let kill me. But 2 who are true heroes. Worthy of the name. Almight and Omega are worthy, but then Stain passed out. But not before saying one thing. Stain, take care Tanjiro Kamadu. He fell to the ground. Endeavor, he's out. Tanjiro, don't worry Stain. We'll make you proud. After that, they were all taken to the infirmary. They weren't too injured, but they still needed plenty of rest.
Let me know in the comments below if you guys want the next part. Also check out my other video that has been shown and left. Thank you for watching. If you enjoyed this video please like and share this video. And have a fantastic day. Bye.